There we are.
No. I was like, oh, it's such a good day today. It's all nice and warm. I'm in a good mood. And then all of a sudden, anxiety.
Creepy music.
Anxiety.
Bam, 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 bam.
Welcome to anxiety. First row seat.
So,
If you're a cleric, you would always have it prepared.
Is his violin gonna stop?
It's just gonna keep going up. It's like that one sound that plays that you think is going up continuously, but it's not, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, freaks me out. It
there's
changed.
one track I
violin-
have to remove from the playlist because we've been getting flagged for it on YouTube, which isn't that big a deal because I'm not monetized yet. But I just want to make sure that I find it and remove it. It is...
Might have messed up just so
There
those
it
who are-
is. Boom. Gonzo. Alright.
Wasn't it instrumental?
Yes, it was in... It's something in German, I think. It's...
Oh.
The song is... Das Zweitkapitel. And it's got some form of iconography that I think is like Korean or some East Asian as the artist, and it's owned by Marvelous Inc.
Marvelous Inc.
All right. So, how are we feeling?
Nervous. When you put it like that.
Feeling like I have a good cup of tea.
This playlist is so good for this campaign.
Ugh.
So, to recap, you guys have... Oh, I'm definitely echoing. You guys have... Why is it doing that?
I don't hear the echo.
You guys
we
don't?
hear it coming through. No.
No.
I think it's just picking up just enough to ping her green, but yeah. You're good.
Oh, weird. I'm hearing myself. So I'm surprised you
do
guys
you have
can't
your
hear yourself.
Do you have your stream open, or you have like the echo?
No, it was just
there's
it was
a-
just cutting through. But if you guys can't hear it, then great. Because if you guys can't hear it, I don't think stream hears it. Weird. I think it'll be fine.
Weird.
It's like it's just like popping here and there.
I can always switch back to my other headphone for now. Like,
Yes, but that would be a sad day.
it would be, but we would fix it.
All right. So, you guys have Irina, and
You
I've
can hear it on
been.
stream. Sorry, I was just listening to it.
Yeah, I know. Like it's
Is it a
definitely
lot?
cutting through.
Well, is that because... How do you have it set up where you can hear us on stream?
Through Discord.
Is it? It's through Discord?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna change my sensitivity a little bit.
Okay. So, you guys have Irina, and you guys have been traveling from Barovia through the land of Barovia on your way to what a town you've been instructed as could potentially be a safe haven, Vallaki. And yes, I'm not hearing it anymore. And as you've been traveling, you took a brief detour as it's gotten late at night in hopes of finding a safe place to rest, and came upon a Vistani encampment outside of town, overseen by the fortune teller, Madame Ava. Alistair decided that he would test his luck with the fortune teller and get his fortune read, and stepped into the tent to receive a reading from the Taroka cards. All of this is following the fact that the Burgomaster's mansion was besieged overnight. And K9 was killed in glorious battle defending Ismark and Irina and their home from the forces of the night. So, where we left off, Sten had just told a rousing tale in honor of K9 to the Vistani. Andar's drinking with the Vistani. Irina is sitting patiently and quietly, kind of observing the party in the Vistani. A little uncomfortable, but better here and safe than out in the wilderness at night. And Mim spied on the reading of Alistair in the tent before entering the tent herself, having a brief conversation with Mim, and then moving on out of the tent, following Alistair a little ways behind. And Alistair, I don't believe you've taken notice of her as of yet. So, that's where we left. Is there anything that anyone would like to add?
I think that I walked up and said something. I grumbled and was like, then he probably would have heard.
To Alistair?
I mean, unless he was ignoring me and in his head, I don't know.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Well, then there you go. So then we'll start with Mim approaching Alistair. Is there anything that I missed? Anything that anyone wants to take note of before we begin? No? Going
don't
once?
think
Going twice? All right.
Going once, going twice. It's all.
In that case, we begin. Mim.
So, Mim, did you mumble?
I did. I don't remember exactly what I said, but it's something about her crazy.
She was distinctly crazy.
Certainly did seem like a lot. And I slowly make my way back to the bonfire.
Fair enough.
Are there people?
Also, Alistair, of note, you would not have known that she was there for the reading, but then she came out of the tent. I don't know if... You were there
Gotcha.
for your reading. You did not know she was behind the tent, and then you left the tent, and Mim came out. So I don't know if that affects your...
Well, I mean, no, it doesn't, because Alistair would have clocked Mim for a rogue from his background.
That's
so,
correct. So it would not
Yeah.
surprise him that she just comes wandering out of the tent.
Yeah.
But just be aware that some of the things that you said to Ava in regards to your past and things, Mim is now aware of,
Right.
character-wise.
He didn't say much.
No, but I'm just saying in case, like,
Oh.
that was
Yes.
missed in the
Did you
shuffle.
know more than the group,
It
technically?
was dropped that he was a
I
bounty
mean,
hunter,
that should make.
right?
I
Yep.
thought we knew that he was a bounty hunter earlier. He said something about that to.
I dropped that with K9.
Oh, just with K9.
Well, yeah, whoever was there when K9 and I were kind of at blows.
Kind of
about
at
that.
blows.
Yeah, the player
You know, that one time that we almost had a fight in the middle of a church.
tried to kill each other.
Good times.
Okay. Are there like people on this side of the campfire?
Yes, so they're all around. They're sitting, drinking, celebrating, laughing, passing around wine. And I believe there's like 6 of them, but let me double check that.
I imagine Mim kind of like just because she's quiet, creeps up behind people, not even intentionally scaring them. You know, like when you're just like people are like, "Where'd you come from?" Like
Yes.
that's how I imagine things.
So you're walking up to one of them?
I just am walking up to the group, but I'm
There are
quiet.
12 of them.
Well, that's a lot. So then, yeah, I
Wow.
would imagine as I'm walking up to the fire, they didn't know I was there in the first place, right?
Well, you were sneaking around the edges of camp.
Yeah. But I am grumpy, so I guess I'm grumbling, and I just am gonna come. I'll just plop. I'll pop it.
All right. Alistair, do you make any moves, or do you just come sit by the fire as well?
Yeah, I just lean up against the cart and just stay relatively quiet.
All right.
Reading the room, per se.
Fair enough. And then what are the rest of you doing at this moment?
I'm just kind of drinking wine.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'll
I
probably
didn't
just
want
keep
me
drinking.
first.
I have a question of what is Irina doing right now?
She's sitting like very properly, like one leg crossed and her hand set on her knee, but she's tense. You can tell like she's like looking around. She's clearly not the most comfortable, but she's not making any moves to like leave or anything. She's just
Gotcha.
very, very taut in her seat.
We came here to find rest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Uh,
can Mim come up and just climb into a tree and chill in this tree over here?
Sure.
Okay. And we'll fly up, I guess. Just gonna fly up and just wander away without saying anything.
Right. They're so drunk at this point that they don't even really notice.
Can I look around first before I like settle in to maybe relax and take a nap or something?
Sure, roll me a perception check.
That's not fun for my first roll of the day. What perception, everybody? All over the place. 7.
7.
Yes.
So you look really like, more than anything, you just notice that this is a pretty noisy, like, camp for being as late at night as it is. But as far as you can tell, like, you don't hear any like thing that sounds threatening. This actually is kind of like one of the most peaceful places that you've been since you woke up at Death House. It's kind of oddly calm. All right, Sten, you started to say something?
yeah, I'll lean into Andar. I think he's right next to me. Are you getting tired at all?
Talking Rabbit, I have been tired for as long as I can remember. I want nothing more than to just sleep right now.
I'm feeling much the same way. Maybe we should ask for a tent or something.
Yes, and I will turn to the guy who was telling us stories before and
Yes.
say, "My good man, we've been traveling for quite some time. Would you mind terribly assisting us with a place to stay for the night?"
But of course, after reveling with us, of course we would offer you a bed stay. Here, there's room in this tent, as long as you don't mind sleeping with a few others, of course. Mm-hmm. And he like gestures over, he pulls the tent flap back, and you can see that there's about like 5 or 6 other bedrolls in there, but there's enough room for 4 or 5 other people.
And I'll just kind of glance over at Stan and give him kind of the...
Better than nothing, right?
All right, so he kind of like offers you guys in before like going back and continuing to drink and revel with his friends.
All right, and as he's starting to walk off, I want to call after him and say, one final question, please."
But of course.
A little bit slurry, because I've been drinking wine for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say we've met many people so far since we've stumbled into this town, and they've all been very on edge. And I'm wondering why you guys seem to be so carefree out here.
He kind of pauses and he looks around. Barovia's friend to all Vistani.
I'll say, fair enough, and turn back into the tent.
The sus meter just. Before
Which
I like.
Tent
Oh, go
did
ahead.
he direct us to?
this one. Can I? Boom.
Oops. As I'm settling in, I'm going to start to journal.
Okay.
About everything that's happened today. So everything that happened in the death house, the church, the manor, and then the March of the Dead.
Fair enough. We have our scribe.
Scribe.
Cool. So Sten and Andar move to lay down. Alistair.
Seeing them walk in there, Alistair's just going to kind of stay where he is, up against the cart, and just kind of like just keep watch, basically.
Cool.
And also like just make sure that Irina's settling in as well, because she's kind of just chilling there.
Yeah, she is going to follow and head into the tent when she sees the tent offered. Kind of stands up, kind of straightens her tunic a little bit, and stiffly walks over to the tent.
Cool. So I'm slumping it outside, just making sure that nothing happens.
All right. So are you like resting or are you keeping watch?
I'll keep watch.
Okay. So the main kind of ringleader of the Vistani that's been telling these stories, he's gonna come over and be like, "So, friend, I saw you entered the tent.
I did, yes.
Tell me, how did your reading go?"
If I can be honest, it was a lot that I don't fully think I understand, but I mean, that's kind of how those things go, isn't it?
Tends to be. But don't worry. I'm sure you'll figure it out. He pats you on the back. Have a good night. And struts off to one of the wagons and latch swings
Same
shut.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. So everyone has the opportunity for a long rest here.
Does that include me, or?
How long are you keeping watch?
I think I keep watch for 2 hours longer, just to make sure that everything's fine. And if those 2 hours go off without a hitch, then I would probably like sleep, doze off.
All right. So, over those 2 hours, basically, there are the handful of Vistani that are still around the fire and such, that kind of finish their revelry slowly but surely. One guy goes off and pukes over by the river, and eventually they all kind of wander their way to their tents. One guy's carrying another. One lady kind of surreptitiously goes in a tent with another man. You hear some noises off in one of the tents.
All right.
But otherwise fairly uneventful.
Cool. So yeah, I would doze off. Outside, that wouldn't bother him.
All right.
And then when I laid out my bedroll and everything, I called Doctor Who in from outside, and I'm having him just kind of stand perched on my boots, watching over everything inside the tent.
There's a skeleton owl on your boot.
Ooh.
Mim, are you just sleeping in the tree?
Huh? Duh.
Okay, I wasn't sure if there's anything else you're doing.
I'm done.
All right, so everyone lays down to rest. Real quick check, because I know Sten did, but was there anyone else who ate a dream pastry in town?
Oh, didn't know they were called dream pastry.
Lay it on me.
All right,
No.
you,
Damn.
as you lay down to rest and sleep overtakes you, you feel this sense of warmth, like a hug, like a blanket, like someone who loves you has embraced you, and you dream of warm, sunlit fields littered with poppies and the scent of fresh breeze on the spring air. the rolling field folds in the wind, and the stalks of grass all bend as if in a big flowing sea of flowers and grass. You hear woodland creatures and chittering squirrels and chirping birds, and like buzzing bees coming and pollinating the flowers. And you have just the most pleasant dream, warm feeling sleep of your life. It's amazing. This is the most wholesome, fulfilled you've ever felt in sleep. And when you awake,
soap commercial.
Yeah, like full on, like a perfume commercial, like surreal level of just like awe around you. And when you awake, you wake up to the inside of the tent on your bedroll, and you feel stiff and cold and almost a little more empty than you did before.
I'm just gonna look over to Canine shoulder plate. Just clock that.
It's still there.
Left it next to my bed. Yeah. Just think of him.
No.
All right, so dawn comes. It's a dreary gray morning in Barovia. Fog kind of seeping through the camp just a little bit, looking at the edges of the tents. Light dew falling on everything, all of the tents, all of the grass, everything's just a little bit moist to touch. Sten, Andar, Irina, and Mim, you guys all wake up around the same time. Alistair went to bed a little bit later, so you guys, as you rise and kind of get your things together, Irina's going to be the first one out and is going to notice Alistair still asleep, and she's just going to come kind of stand watch over him while he finishes his rest. Mim, you wake up in the tree and you kind of see Irina walk out of the tent, and you notice that none of the Vistani are getting up, like at all. There's no movement in this camp except for like the little rustling of the tent that your friends entered. So what do you guys do?
I'm gonna do that like cat stretch when they wake up from a nap. And just, I guess, walk out.
Cool.
Last.
Good morning. Oh, sorry, I didn't see Alistair was still asleep. Good morning.
Oh, you're speaking to Irina.
Sure.
Yes, how did you sleep?
Well, sleep took me pretty fast. A wonderful dream. And then a sort of a shock back to reality.
A familiar feeling, I'm sure.
A bit strange this time. I don't know. First sleep in Barovia. Maybe that's something.
Fair. Is your... Where you come from, is it very different than this place?
No. Yes and no. It has its eerie parts, but yeah, I come from a place a little bit more colorful, and I'll just look up at the sky. Brighter.
She kind of looks up at the sky. I can't imagine what that's like, but I imagine it would be pleasant.
It's like, you know that feeling when you're cold and you drink some tea to warm up that first sip, just kind of filling you with warmth? It's like that every morning.
Well, you must miss home greatly then.
Yes, but I suppose I most recently left in some kind of strife. I wasn't in the right mindset, so I don't know if my emotions would have been as welcome as they were on other days.
Well, emotions come and go, but home stays the same.
I like that.
Andar and Mim.
Mhm.
What are you guys doing?
Andar's gonna sit up in his bedroll, just kind of, rub his face, get everything on, just kind of groggily walk out of the tent, not being particularly quiet.
Fair enough.
Mim's gonna come back around this tent and peek under the flap. Okay. Do I see her cards laying anywhere?
Roll me an investigation check.
Dang it. Okay. Really hopeful for this investigation. Let's see. What is my 9?
You do not.
Okay. Okay, let me see.
Also, keep in mind, she showed you a card and it was blank.
Yeah? That intrigued me.
Okay. Just letting you know.
But I don't
Is it
see
like
them.
when you open a fortune cookie and the fortune's blank?
That's
Is that
never
the
actually.
same level?
Correct. You have
But
not
yeah,
seen
probably.
them. You cannot see them from peeking around under the flap.
Dang it. Okay.
At least her fortune's clear.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe I don't have a fortune. I meant to die or something. Oh, that would be sad. Okay. Well, she's just gonna come gather with the group then. That's unfortunate.
Is Irina still looking pretty nervous, or does she seem more comfortable?
She's a little bit looser now that like no one else is out and about, and the camp is quiet. So she's not as white knuckled as she was before, but you can tell she's still like alert.
I'm gonna walk over to the group and be like, morning, and look over at Irina and say, well, you seem to look just a little bit more comfortable than last night. Is there something about this camp that makes you uneasy? Because I've had a rather enjoyable time.
Yes, the Vistani are lovely hosts. Perhaps we should get going.
Why the rush?
Well, we have a long way to travel, and any matter of malcontent could beset us along our journey. I think that's
All right,
reaching a safe
but
place
you're
is
gonna
of the
have to
utmost
wake
priority.
everyone else up.
Yes, I guess that's true. And she kind of shakes Alistair's shoulder gently.
Cool. As a note, as he was sleeping there, the gold that kind of bleeds from where the eyes would be was like significantly duller. And as he wakes up, it kind of comes back to its regular gold.
Slightly frightening. She kind of shakes his shoulder.
Oh, what time is it?
I believe it's time to leave.
Oh, okay. Is everything all right? And like instantly, like up and alert.
Everything's fine. I just think we should get going.
Okay. Just kind of holding his head.
Can Mim fly up? How tall are the trees?
They vary, but they're about like 20 feet highest, like 12 to 15 on average.
Okay. Can Mim just fly up and see whichever way we're going around? Just get a general sense of.
Sure. So, let me pop you over here so you can see the map.
Do you want me to roll for?
No need. So,
Okay. Excited.
you are here. Oh, is it on the? It's on the wrong part. There we go. Stream could not see the correct thing. So, you guys are here. You can kind of see over the trees. You see that it kind of rises up. The trees kind of rise up in front of you onto like a rising slope, so you can't actually see over the top. It's where you're looking out from the camp is just trees going up and then like a lip. But you can kind of see through the trees parts of the path that you walked the previous evening. And if you look to your right, you see that there's kind of a muddy trail that follows the river. And off in the distance, you can see kind of a cliffside. Roll me a perception check for that.
I rolled when I said, "Can I look?" Can I count that roll?
Yeah, sure.
Or should I? Okay. For perception, it is 21.
All right. So just off over on that cliffside, you can see that way up high, there's like a gap in the cliff, almost like a canyon cleft that the river flows through, and about way off in the distance, you can see there's a decent rise, and there's a bridge that passes over the top of that canyon. But the path appears to go actually into the canyon itself, not to the bridge. The bridge appears to come from this rise that you can see in front of you, covered by trees.
So the actual path is above us. I see that if we go, that we are gonna have to go through, is what it looks like to me.
Basically, if you head that way, you're going to reach the cliff side and then this canyon where the river flows, but you will not be at the level of the bridge. The bridge is the other direction.
Okay. And we don't know so we don't know where the path like goes through, right?
Correct.
Like this is just as far as I can see. This
Correct.
is where like the camp starts. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna fly back down and I'm gonna relay that to the group.
All right. So Mim comes back down and informs you all of what she's seen.
So do we have to backtrack? I seem to remember people at that fork having a not nice time.
Oh, the people at the fork didn't have a nice time on the regular path, the road?
So a couple of us saw, I think Andar saw a dead version, or Alistair, yeah, one of you saw a dead version of yourself.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And then someone else looked.
Yeah, and
Right.
I believe it was you and me, Mim, and we saw a dead body hanging.
That
No,
wasn't there
I didn't
before.
see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't. Oh, I think we saw a dead body, but we didn't see a version of ourselves. You're right.
Right.
I remember now. Okay, Mim's gonna. So, Mim's gonna be like, I don't really want to go on the road. I think we should just go this way and see what we can do.
Irene, are you familiar with this area?
Well, I'll admit I haven't traveled a great deal in recent years due to, well, you know. What I do know is that generally most travelers take the bridge, as the cliff is very difficult to scale and is usually slick with the moisture of the river. It's, if to my knowledge, somewhere in the ballpark of 1,000 feet
pretty significant cliff.
Are we planning on leaving before anyone else wakes up?
That would be my preference.
All right. And I'm going to reach into my bag and grab one of the 3 moss agates I found in the house and a piece of parchment and a quill and just kind of scribble down, kind Vistani, please take this as a token of our appreciation for your hospitality. I hope to see you again. And then just sign it and leave it by the fire with the moss agate on top.
Duly noted.
We were made aware that they are friends with or have a deal with Strahd. There was something that is given. I can't remember what it was.
My understanding is like Strahd kind of was at an impasse with them and just kind of left them alone for the most part.
Oh, okay.
Do you guys know who you discussed it with?
It was said
Irina.
between Irina and Ismark when we were still in town.
Got it. So then, yes, you would know that basically Strahd. It's unclear to Ismark and Irina whether there's sort of like an agreement or a situation or what, but the Vistani are the only people who can travel to and from Barovia of their free will, and that everyone knows that is allowed by Strahd, but nobody knows why. And it's heavily believed that many of the Vistani work for Strahd or are spies of Strahd by Barovians. But there are also those who are known to be like generous souls and good people amongst them, is kind of the vibe that they gave you.
So it's more like superstition. They're like,
Well,
oh,
it's-
hey.
Nobody knows
These
the
people-
reasoning, but they know that there are certain members of the Vistani who they know are good people.
Okay.
But in general, Ismark and Irina distrust the Vistani at large, as do most Barovians, because they distrust the closeness to Strahd of whatever nature it is.
Yeah, they're on his good side.
And so
Okay.
nobody knows why. And there are confirmed cases on both sides of those who work for Strahd and are spies of Strahd, and then there are those who are just like good, fun-loving people who care about other people. But knowing which and finding which is a gamble that most people aren't willing to take.
Well, shall we venture on then?
Well,
So are we going on the road?
I think it's still a little early for me to climb a 1,000-foot cliff.
Okay. Mim starts flying a little bit the direction of the road, but kind of stops. Gets a little nervous.
all right. So the party ventures forth. You guys travel back along the road you came. It's a little bit brighter now. It's no longer night. You guys are able to see through the trees a little bit clearer. There's still those kind of like uneasy creaks, like the whooshing wind through the branches, skittering and scratching noises, cracking branches in the distance as you travel through the woods. But you manage to make it back to the fork with no issue. And you guys come back across the hangman's noose, hanging now empty at the road. But there's the same crossroads signpost pointing down Barovia Village to the east, Sarepool to the northwest, and Ravenloft/Valaki to the southwest. And the northwest fork is where you just came from that disappears back into the trees, whereas the southwest fork that's labeled for Ravenloft and Valaki curves upward on an uphill slope around, and the trees kind of thin out in that direction.
Mim's gonna be kind of in the back. Well, no, Mim's gonna be in the back. And then are we continuing?
You cut out there a little bit.
Are we continuing on to the...
That's up to you guys.
I would very much like to spend as little time around this tree as possible, thank you.
All right. So you guys all move towards the southwest fork. Is that the consensus?
I thought that was the only way.
All right.
As we're walking, I think Mim's next to me now. Mim, we were talking about the Feywild earlier, and I'm aware that you're Fey. Where are you from?
Just somewhere in the Fey. And she kind of like gets like kind of dreamy, weird eyes, like sad. I don't really remember.
Describe it to me. Maybe I know.
Well, it's just like a feeling. It's not really like something I can actually see. I think I was really young and some things happened, and then I just ended up with this one like wizard guy. You know, it's okay. It's just sad. I don't really want it's it's just a funny story. We'll save it for it's complicated. Okay?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right.
And she's like just sad and like you see just like one little tear that's like kind of pinky red that just streaks down her. But you're from the Feywild, right?
Yes.
So what's it like? Like really? Because like I only just remember some feelings. Like, you know how I can like do small things like fire or like it's like I feel this warm buzz inside of me, and I don't know what that is, but it's like sometimes I like have it's like a memory, but it's a feeling. So like, is it like that? Like, but is it like times 10 because that's where you're from? I just
It's almost exactly like that. Yes, I'm from a place called the Left. It's nowhere near the right. I know a lot of people like making that joke, but it's emotion runs rampant there. You could lose yourself and talk to a tree, and you might find the tree talking back.
Oh, well, they do that anyway.
It's all comfortable, but they don't say words. They're all feelings.
Oh, well, the trees here are saying words.
Really?
I hear it all the time.
What kind of things are they saying?
Well,
Happy things?
She cocks her head up for a second and listens, and she says, well, these trees are a little weird. I don't know exactly what they're saying, but they just kind of talk to each other. They like to gossip a lot, too, about, like, things that they see.
I don't think that's unlike the Fae. Maybe just the topic of gossip is a little different. Oh yeah, don't forget that warm, fuzzy feeling. It'll bring you home, I'm sure.
Thanks, Dad. She flies up and pats his head.
All right.
So you guys hike for a few hours up this kind of rocky, barren slope, scraggly trees on a dusty path. Before you, the path kind of curves back into the tree work, and you start to be overcome by these trees again. And after about 2-3 hours of walking, you start to hear noises up ahead, like a growling, a yipping, some scurrying of pawed feet, and you hear a voice yelling out in the distance, kind of shouting at something. And I'm going to pop you guys over here real quick. Let me pop some tokens in.
Pop, lock, and drop it.
I was trying to think of a song with like pops. You win.
First battle of the day. Let's go.
We don't have to fight everybody.
Yeah, we do.
Music feels very Harry Potter-esque. I love it.
Ah,
Then
yeah.
you know we're playing Strixhaven.
And then a giant school falls from the sky.
It's a giant forest school.
You didn't know?
I'd go there.
I'm so excited.
I'd give it a semester.
I'd have too many allergies.
Let me just... God, there's so many tokens to keep track of with you guys now. All right.
What if I make it worse? What if I add more tokens?
3 Kenkus in a coat.
Yep. I'd be like, hey, I need 3 character tokens. I'm actually playing 3 characters. They're just
You know
like
who
3 level 1 characters.
I think we should have brought Lancelot. That's what.
All right. So,
That's
we... Do I have enough of this? There we are.
Yeah, I love this music. Okay, so we hear shouting, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Immediately when we do hear shouting, Mim is gonna try to stealth.
Yep. Go ahead.
19.
All right. As far as you are aware, you are stealth.
Cool.
I'm gonna shoot a quick glance over to Doctor Who, and he'll hop off my shoulder and fly forward to see what he can see.
Cool. Let me... pop this on and pop this over. Boom. So. You guys see the path kind of curve up ahead. And there's trees on either side. And you hear the shouting coming from this direction. And the snarls and kind of howling of wolves. Where are you sending Doctor Who?
Straight up and then kind of over here.
All right, and you're looking through his eyes right now? Or no?
I'm not. I'm just kind of listening to him telepathically.
All right. And he can communicate in the language you understand, right?
Yeah.
What personality would you like for Doctor Who's voice or style?
Please say David Tennant.
I love David Tennant.
Al-
Yeah, please.
Almost exactly like David Tennant.
Yes.
David Tennant.
I need to watch Doctor Who.
Uncanny.
I'm rewatching it, and he
I
doesn't want to watch it with me. It's fine.
I don't know enough about David Tennant to impersonate David Tennant. So I'm just going to give a shot in the
Scottish.
dark of a David Tennant and hope for the best.
It's a nice blend between British and Scottish accent.
Yep.
He's the one who plays Barty Crouch, yeah?
Junior.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I apologize to any David Tennant fans, as I literally have almost no knowledge.
That's the entire world, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's a great guy. I just don't know nearly enough of his stuff to impersonate him. But why I signed myself up for this? What's the person and what it's the personality David Tennant? Because I have no idea what David Tennant is like as a personality.
Personality of Gilbert Gottfried.
That's the best character ever.
So Doctor Who describes to you. He flies ahead and he kind of looks around the corner, and he describes that there's a figure in the road with a small fox that as Doctor Who watches, this fox kind of runs up and scurries and jumps into this person's arms, and the snarling grows louder, and this person kind of takes out a staff and is holding the fox in one arm and kind of waving the staff and shouting into the forest.
All right, so I'll turn to the rest of the party and say, well, it appears there's something in a disagreement with the forest.
I feel like I'm supposed to know what that
Particularly
means.
dangerous, though.
Oh, danger. Shall I talk down the danger?
No.
I don't know.
no
I said that's a
danger.
horrible idea. No, yeah, it's someone else go first.
He looks harmless, and I'll just kind of walk swiftly around the corner,
I'm
With
gonna be progressing with you.
seemingly no regard for my own or anyone else's safety, and just kind of shout down, "Hello there!"
Hewitt,
Yeah.
A, would you like to describe what they see? And B, a fox has run up into your arms and there are snarling noises in the forest. But go ahead.
Like a nice fox has run into my arms.
It's
or,
like quivering, scared, tiny, like has run out of the forest and jumped up into your arms and is quivering and shaking, and its heart's beating very fast, and there are snarling and methodical movements coming from the forest.
DM's mad we left Lancelot.
Actually, no, I'm very glad you left Lancelot.
I keep thinking that eventually Lancelot's just gonna die.
As a DM running this campaign for the first time, my one biggest fault with this campaign so far is that there are so many damn NPCs that are like, let's throw these NPCs into the party. Let's do this thing. Like, oh my god.
Don't you like to play 100 NPCs?
I like to play 100 NPCs like in environments surrounding the player characters, but to constantly have all these tokens and combat shit to keep track of is a nightmare. But continue.
So you guys see an shortest like 5'6" elf kind of bending down and holding this wolf. They have like tattoos all over their face. It's hard to see like what else they're wearing underneath. Like the most noticeable thing they're wearing is like a mostly blackish, but like almost brown fur cloak with like feathered shoulders. Kind of like think almost like the Game of Thrones. I don't know why I can't say
Night Watch?
The Night's Watch. That Night's Watch type of like feathering on the shoulders, or I guess like the Starks more specifically. And he has kind of like a gnarled staff, like a wreath with holly, and holding it in his right hand. And what I'm doing with the wolf, can I try to just like, I guess while I'm holding it and petting it, can I try to calm it down so that it's at least less scared than it currently is?
He says yes, and it's a fox, not a wolf.
Oh, fox. Okay.
Yeah, get it? You should know that.
I don't discriminate, okay?
So yes, you can
At
kind of
12.
pet the fox, and you can tell that it is uncomfy. It is tense.
Can I use like animal handling to calm it down or anything?
Yeah, go ahead. You can attempt.
Is it 12 good?
So you can tell it appreciates the pets, but it's not calm. As you watch, out of the forest. Oh, that's not going to reveal. That's going to hide. I'd like to reveal.
Ooh.
Comes 5 wolves on either side. Everyone needs to roll me initiative.
Initiative.
Well, actually, wait. Let's hold off on initiative.
Oh,
Okay.
I lied.
Should we keep the rules if we already rolled?
Yeah, go ahead and hold on to them. We won't
Okay.
use them yet. But so you
Good.
guys,
Sounds good.
you watch as these wolves make their way out of the forest and kind of methodically pace around you.
I'm not gonna make any threatening movements. I'm more just gonna try to be as. I'm gonna try to give as much body language as possible to like show that I'm strong, but not threatening. If that makes sense.
Fair enough.
But I'm not gonna make any like sudden movements or noises.
At this point, the party would have all pretty much rounded this corner and can see what's happening.
I'm just gonna dig my heel
Well,
in,
I'm
come to a
thinking.
full stop, and just be like, "Whoop! Considerably more danger than I anticipated."
Do the wolves notice them?
The wolves aren't paying attention to them right now. The wolves are focused on what's happening over here. This wolf kind of moves and blocks the road. And a few more wolves start coming out of the woodwork.
I'm gonna start to back up slowly and kind of turn over to Sten and be like, "Is this something you'd like to get involved in, or should we just kind of let this play out?"
I have a feeling if we let it play out, we'll be part of the play.
Hewitt, more wolves are coming out of the woodwork and they're howling and starting to kind of pace. They're eyeing you, doing the shoulder thing.
As I guess as more and more try to like block the path, I kind of realize my situation. I'm gonna just like hold the fox in my hand and try to like slowly back away through like the gap that's like open.
And at this point, you would see them as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to slowly work my way towards them, but I just don't want to make any sudden movements or like seem like I'm gonna run or anything like that. I'm just gonna like start walking towards that direction.
All right.
With like my back.
Can you move Can you move the token?
No, but I can drag. I think.
Oh, here. Well, let me see. Oh, here, I can fix it. I don't know why I didn't do that, but here. There. Now try.
Yeah. I got you. I'm just gonna start like backpedaling this way.
Okay. As you get to here, well, I'm gonna put you here. This one here starts growling. And kind of like does the whole like bunkers down and starts growling at you as you get close to it. And yes.
Would Mim know what wolves or dire wolves like predators would be, or like what they would be afraid of? Like a bear or like...
Roll me a nature check.
And then... Sorry. Mim is going to try to do something. Mim. It's a 1.
No, you would not.
I know nothing. Okay, never mind.
What's a wolf?
Sorry to interrupt. What's a wolf? There aren't wolves in the forest I've lived in.
Are these like coyotes, but bigger?
Oh, puppies! They're horses. That's what horses are. They say I could ride them.
Can I start pushing forward to meet this person in the middle?
Yeah, you can try. As you do, this one takes notice and howls. And they start the rest take notice of you and start shifting around, widening their... This one stays growling, but they start... Here, I'm gonna...
But okay, they're backing away?
No, they're widening
that
out
just by
their...
accident?
They're widening their net, yeah.
I'm gonna turn to Stan and say, well, looks like this may have just become our problem too. And like slap myself and cast mage armor on myself.
Did these ones see me?
2 seem to come from the lower regions down here,
Jesus.
coming out of the woodwork.
Do they see me?
You don't know.
If I'm okay.
This is so many.
But I'm
so
looking
many
around
walls.
and they don't even like they're not looking at me.
No, none of them are looking directly at you.
Okay.
And they're all licking their mouth.
There they go. I guess noticing Alistair walking up to me and like trying to put himself in danger, he'll call out to you and say, "My friend, this is not your problem."
Is this normal for you? And just I am like crossbow at all of the wolves, but not shooting.
It is not normal, but I do not want to put you in danger. And I'll keep trying to back up. Try to take one more step past this guy.
All right. It kind of like, as you take a step, it nips at you, but like chomps like within like an inch of your knee. And then growls and hunkers back down and kind of stays close on you as these 2 kind of move in a little closer.
Can minor illusion create a smell?
I believe so.
Real quick,
It says sound. Sorry.
my IRL dog is crying, so I'll be right back, but I have my ears on.
Cool.
Okay.
It can't create.
Yes, create a... No, minor illusion. You create a sound or image.
A sound or image. I said smell, and then it says the image can't create.
Oh, you said smell, yes.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, smell.
No smelly illusions.
Yep.
Can
Yes, I don't think.
Yeah, it cannot create... the image can't create sound, light, or smell, or any other sensory effect.
that's the image. If I create an image of an object, it can't do both.
Yes.
Because I can create a sound.
You can create a
separately.
sound or an image, but not a smell.
Are these wolves trained on the fox or this person in the road?
Roll me either a nature or an insight check.
I'm gonna do nature. 11.
It looked like, based off of, especially considering that you're a rabbit person, these were hunting that fox.
It's a significant amount of wolves for a small fox.
Yeah, odd, right?
Crazy, right? I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep trying to back up down the road. Slowly. I'm gonna try to get to I'm gonna keep trying to work myself to a corner or something. So I don't have to see all of them in my face.
They're all just closing in as you move.
Can I try to cast sleep?
Sure.
Okay,
Where are
hold
you
on.
focusing
Actually,
it?
wait, no, I can't, because then I would potentially make my friends fall.
You
Never
can
mind.
put the point wherever you want because it's
It's like a 90 or a 30 or 90.
20
it's
foot,
not a
I think,
cone.
yeah?
I'm pretty sure it's a circle
Square.
or a square.
It's 20 foot out from a point, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you could depending on the range and if you can see, you could put it here And it would only hit things within 20 feet of that point, which would be...
Too many wolves.
Too many wolves, too little time.
things like that.
Actually, well then, could I actually cast Druidcraft to make an instantaneous harmless sensory effect? So since it's a sensory effect, couldn't I do like a smell, a raw meat smell, like nearby, but like off to the side or something?
You could attempt, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try to do that while we're just, chilling with some wolves.
Chill.
I'm gonna try to do it more like this, towards this.
Okay.
It's Druidcraft, right? That's what yes, but it's a cantrip. I think it's just instant.
Druidcraft is an action. Its range is 30 feet.
Okay. So I guess I don't know, but wolves have good smell. So if it's a smell and I cast it over in that direction, it depends on if they smell it or if they get distracted
Correct.
by it.
It
Right?
also, you have to pick a 5-foot cube for it to land in.
Okay. Actually, wait. You said 30 feet?
Yes, 30 feet is the range.
Okay. I actually wouldn't want to try to do it more. But I'm nervous. Okay, because like, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see if they can smell it. If it's technically only cube. If they have good smell, they'd probably be able to smell something that was 5 feet away.
So where are
Do
you
I
putting
have
it?
to roll something?
No, you
Over
just do
here.
it. But over
Okay.
this square?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I am in the air, but I'm not moving.
All right.
Just letting. Because I'm always.
One of them sniffs the air and then turns and pops off that way, investigating.
I'm gonna wanna.
Wow.
I'm gonna want to talk to Alistair, but I'm gonna.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, okay. You're back. All right.
Yep.
I didn't see.
Yeah, you're all good.
I'm going to have to ask you to step back towards your friends.
All right. I hope you know what you're doing, and I'll back away.
And then I'm gonna move. I'm gonna keep slowly moving back towards everybody until I get about here, and then. I'm gonna reach into the cloak's pocket and pull out some sharp thorns and twigs, and kind of throw them out in front of me as I raise my staff. I'm gonna cast spike growth from. How do I draw a?
It's
staff
the
to center?
paintbrush.
Paintbrush. It's like permanent though, isn't it?
I mean, if you draw it, I'll just leave it.
Yeah, you can also. It can be deleted later because I drew something earlier in the campaign.
The point I'm gonna draw is from here. Right here, Ryan. It's gonna be a 20-foot radius. So,
Radius?
Oh, I guess I do have to draw.
Before he started
So-
backing up, I want to whisper to Andar what my nature check was. It's like I don't think that
How do I?
fox is
Hey there.
fox.
Yeah, but I don't know how to delete like shapes and stuff
That's okay.
after a while.
Just let me know when, and I can get rid of it. So this is the correct.
It should be a little bit wider. I was trying to
There.
draw it properly. Well, I don't know if you can see my ruler, but like,
Yeah, I can see your ruler.
yeah, it's supposed to be like 20 feet on each side. So the right side should be a little bit bigger, but that's about it.
So it was from the point right here or the point right here?
Like around here.
If you
Cool.
hold shift, it makes perfect circle.
Oh, I didn't know that. Thank you.
I also just learned that. You're good.
Oh, actually, for me, it does it the opposite.
Someone watches a lot of SpongeBob.
Uh-oh. I
So
fucked
hold
up.
on. So if this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 15, 20. So that's your circle.
Yep.
And this was tangled growth.
So spike growth. So the ground kind of twists and sprouts out hard spikes and thorns, and the area becomes difficult terrain for the duration. If something moves within the area or into the area, they take 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet it travels.
Ooh. Roll me initiative. We're starting combat.
That is an 18 plus 2, so 20.
22.
22.
Do I have to wait for initiative, or could I do something while he was doing? Since the wolf that wandered away.
Plus 10.
Yeah, you could do something while you were doing that. Well, you did just cast the thing, but what did you have in mind? Because it'll depend on, because you just cast that, so those
I
would be
would've-
simultaneous unless
I'm-
it's something quick.
Yeah, I'm flying above them, so I just kind of wanted to see if I could sneak up behind this wolf. Here.
I think you
Or,
can
like,
get to
or
that
around.
position. Anything that you're about to do
That's fine.
after that will be in initiative.
That's fine. Thank you.
So Mim is 22. Nick, Sten is 4. Alistair is 21.
It's pretty young.
Legal drinking age.
Andar, what did you
in
get?
Barovia.
22.
Mim probably has the higher dex.
I assume. Should. Don't.
And Hewitt, what did you get?
18 plus 2,
Cool.
20.
I just realized that like using first letter abbreviations in this campaign is a nightmare.
Yep.
All right, let me roll for Irina and the wolves.
You wolves.
Oohs.
Wolves. Ooh.
Oohs.
Hewitt, what is his dex?
14. So
Okay.
plus 2.
Mm,
I'm gonna have 30 wolves go before I get to do something.
Oh no, I didn't even see what yours was. Why? Okay. We gotta
At
get
least-
you some more initiative.
At least like half of them are a little bit.
I have +0 on my initiative, and
Yeah.
I have an ability that I can add my proficiency bonus.
My initiative is +9.
Jeez.
At least it can't move very far, so you might be able to. They might still be clumped up together.
all right. So that brings us to Mim first.
Okay, I'm.
I was just gonna ask, I guess, real quick. Are the trees like blocking their like movement? I guess from like walking out. It's like outside the path, or is it pretty easy for them to like walk around?
It's pretty easy for the most part. The actual trees themselves, they have to walk around. Mim's kind of flying up in the branches of one right now. But, like
Gotcha.
the trunks they have to avoid, but the rest of it's pretty. Where you are, the tree line's a little. You guys are up on that ridge, so it's a little thinner.
All right, no worries. I just wanted to ask.
Mhm.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna try to sneak attack.
All right.
Do I get advantage?
Yes.
$23.
I'm sorry.
23.
23 will hit.
$12. Wait, no, that's a lie. Hold on. 12 plus deck. So 16 damage for piercing.
All right. You stab into its back, and this wolf falls limp.
And then so I can use my bonus action to hide again. But can could I do I assume so, like I'm still in the air, but I would say I'm like probably like 5 feet up. How tall are dire wolves? So I would assume I
these are
stabbed it
just
from-
wolves.
Oh, these are wolves. I
These
thought
are
they were
just
dire
wolves.
Oh. Well, then I feel sad that I killed it. It's fine. Can I go, like, to here and fly and hide up higher in the tree? And try to hide as my bonus action?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna hide in the tree.
All right. That brings us to Andar.
I don't have music.
It's just quiet.
Oh yeah, I turned it way down earlier.
I am going to cast Firebolt at this one, the
Okay.
bottom right.
Roll to hit.
16 to hit
That'll hit.
and 7 damage.
All right. You singe some fur off of that one, but it is still standing.
And Doctor Who's just going to continue to chill on my shoulder. That's it.
Alistair?
I'm going to attack that same one and just say, "Send duck," and
Rabbit.
it's a natural 18 plus 8.
Did you just
I
say
assume that
rabbit?
Mm-hmm.
That does hit.
Cool. 12 piercing.
That is enough. You spear it right between the eyes, and the bolt pierces its skull, and it falls limp. Next up
That's my turn.
is Hewitt.
I am going to get move the fuck out of here. Further away, so I'm gonna move. I can move through like friendly spaces, right?
Yes, you can move through friendly spaces uninhibited, as long as you don't end in it.
All right. First thing that I'm gonna do is, how far away is this thing? This is 20 feet. All right. The first thing I'm gonna do is, I'm going to raise my staff forward towards this boy here.
Mm-hmm.
And my staff, instead of just is going to like elongate and just transform into a vine, and it's just gonna lash out, and it's going to grab onto this wolf and pull it forward.
This one here?
Yeah.
Cool.
This one here, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I can hit with this. That's a 22 to hit.
That
takes no. Oh, does that hit?
That hits, yeah.
Okay, I was about to say. It's because of cast shield. Oh no. I knew it would happen. I said it would happen one time. I'll fix it later. But that's a 6 damage. And I'm gonna pull it 10 feet closer to me.
We'll cheat the extra 5, but that's a lot. So that's 6 damage, and then that's 2 D
44?
44, yeah.
I think they have to move themselves. Like,
Let's find out.
yeah, I think it has to move itself. So I don't think it takes damage if it gets pulled.
Like the same way, attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
When a creature moves into or within the area. So I would count.
Okay.
I would count because
Sorry,
it's still moving within the area, even if it's not taking movement, but you moved it. That's how I read this.
Okay, so it would take 44 damage. That would be. Let's roll. That would be 6 plus 3 is 9, 10 damage.
And you did how much with the
6.
That's enough. So you drag this thing across the spikes and just rip through its fur, and it starts bleeding and yelping and then falls still as spikes impale its body.
As that happened, he whispers under his breath, "I'm sorry, my friend." And then that's my turn.
Irina is going to move to this wolf and take a swing. She's going to hit, doing 4 points of damage for that wolf. And then you guys hear a piercing howl. And out from the forest comes this huge, stark black-furred wolf with white underbelly and a white muzzle and huge gaping fangs and glowing red eyes. It is going to walk 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Actually, we'll do 40. And I need a wisdom save from Hewitt, your character.
Oh my god. I didn't even do anything wrong. Being nice. 17.
Okay.
Introduces new character, kills it, same episode.
Trying very hard not to die.
Um,
I do have the fox. So. Also, the fox will have to be on like the. Like, I don't have a free hand to hold it. Is it like still staying by me, or is it just? Like,
yeah, it's like burrowing into your chest type deal.
Okay.
Okay.
It's the most unsettling okay ever.
It's fine.
That okay haunts my dreams every Sunday night.
Things were not okay.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like he's trying to bamboozle us.
Is this wolf bigger or just different fur patterns?
It's distinctly bigger.
Cool.
And this is a majestic as fuck wolf. This wolf is like pristine and large and intimidating, and it almost appears to be smiling.
Like a big bad wolf smile, or like a hey, great to see you smile?
I'm gonna go with big bad wolf smile.
Okay.
But you watch as it kind of looks around and barks a little bit, and all of the wolves that aren't in the spike growth kind of take a step back. Giving you guys a little bit more space. And then this wolf just sits. Kind of cocks its head and looks straight at the fox. And that's the wolf's turn, which brings us to Sten.
Is this fox on Hewitt or in its own space?
It is technically on Hewitt. It is.
I have like a staff and a shield and 2 hands. Can I still hold it? Or
It's like you're kind of holding the shield and doing things with your staff, but it's kind of like it's nestled, you know? Your shield is not at real efficacy right now.
Gotcha.
Quick roll 20 tip. If you hold Alt when moving a token, you can put it in like not a space. So you could like overlay the 2 tokens.
Oh, cool. Then I'll do that.
That's so cool. I like.
All right. Sten.
I'm just gonna cast Mage Hand and look over to the stranger and bring it over. I'm kind of like gesturing towards the fox. I know it's like a skeletal hand now. But,
Noticing that, he'll quickly turn around and I don't know if this mage hand can carry the fox, but I mean it's a baby fox, but he'll try to hand it over. Are you gesturing to come backwards, or are you gesturing to try to hold it with the
I mean, I can say it out loud. I can try and get our friend out of trouble.
Here you go, my friend. And then he'll try to put the fox on the mage hand.
It's small enough. It's a very small fox.
Cool.
Gotcha.
I can't move the hand until next turn, but
Okay.
The fox is going to try to escape the hand. So is the hand going to like grab the fox? Because the fox doesn't want to be handed over to a hand.
Probably not. No, I want it to be friendly, so.
Because the fox is going to be scared to be handed over to a skeletal hand when there's a warm person with a giant shield hiding it from wolves.
If
I see that, I'm going to be like, hey, it's all right.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I can assuage.
Roll me, considering that you're trying to do this through a mage hand, roll me animal handling at disadvantage because you're trying to get a skeletal hand to convince a fox to walk into it.
Well, wait, do foxes like bones? Like
14.
chewing on bones?
Okay, 14.
At disadvantage. The best rabbit handler I've ever seen.
Let me see.
I don't think foxes would be afraid of bones.
And I want to put it, I think, in this square. So they're jumping behind.
All right. It is going to reluctantly get in the hand based off of the coaxing of this giant rabbit and this hand. But you managed to move, so it'll be right here. And I'll put a...
Cool.
I'll put a yellow. It has a hand holding it.
And then I'll use Bardic Inspiration on Alistar, because he shot the wolf in front of me with the killing blow. But this time, instead of a rabbit jumping, it's like... It's a mechanical rabbit. And so instead of like fluidly jumping, it's like jumping around your waist.
Very cool.
All right. That brings us back to Mim.
Okay.
You are above this giant direwolf who is not paying, and it is sitting and looking directly at the fox and cocking its head.
I'm gonna try to sneak attack this giant wolf. 12 plus 6. So 18.
Two quick things.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
One. What was your stealth?
19, I think.
Okay.
And then I went and hid on my last turn.
Are you like flying through the air? Or
I'm hiding up in like the tree branch.
Okay, so you're trying, and what was it to hit?
Don't know. Does anyone remember what I just said?
I think you said like 22 or 19 or something. Like
No,
something.
19
said
was
19.
the stealth. Okay. It was like, it was 18. It was 18.
All right,
Because 12 was. I hit?
you hit.
Oh my god. Okay.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. 14 pierce.
All right. You notice that as you dive down and you stab into this wolf, first off, your knife doesn't gain as much purchase as you thought it would. And are you doing anything else your turn, or are you just attacking the wolf?
Oh, I would probably try to disengage. I mean, it depends on what happens, because it would be my bonus action of either disengaging or whatever I can do.
So you stab it.
Uh-huh.
It turns and looks at you, and you see these deep red eyes kind of narrow at you as you stab into it. And these large fangs dripping, and it almost grins.
Doesn't seem like a very nice wolf.
Nope. Did we determine that vampires can turn into wolves?
Nope.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
I
Then
have.
I'm-
Sorry.
Huh?
No, you go. I have a totally aside question.
I am going to disengage for my bonus action
Mm-hmm.
and fly. Because I already imagine I was above it when I tried to hit it. So would that be, or can I only fly 30 feet up, or is that my movement speed for flying up?
So you were up already, right?
Yeah. So
so
I
you
imagine I
came-
came down.
Mm-hmm.
How tall is the tree?
We said 20 feet.
Okay, so I was probably up
Big tree.
15 to 20 feet, somewhere in there. So that means I came down probably.
15.
Oh, I wasn't next to it. I would have been above it.
Okay, so you came down, what, 20, 25?
If I was up 15 to 20 feet, I would have come down. It's right next to the tree, right?
It is right
So
next
I
to the
guess-
tree.
So then I guess, I mean, we could say 5, and I'm straight above it. And then I came down 10. Well, I'm gonna fly 15 feet up in the air. I disengaged, and now I'm 15 feet up in the air. That's my.
So you hold on. You said you were above the tree. Yeah?
No, I was in up in the tree branches of the tree,
Got it. Okay.
hiding among the tree branches.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
Can't catch me here. You don't have any thumbs.
Noted.
Oh wait, well, wait, hold on. If dire wolves are 9 feet high, is what I'm looking at on. No, wait, hold on. How tall is dire wolf in 5 feet? Because that means if I was above it, I actually would have only come down.
This would have a
Right.
large token if it was a direwolf.
Oh, it's not a dire wolf.
Yeah,
You
the
just
last
said
the
big
dire
wolves.
wolves that we
Okay,
fought in the house were large.
Yeah, those were
size,
like
so-
actual
Oh, okay,
large
okay.
size wolves. This is
This is-
still
this
This is just a
spooky
big
wolf.
wolf. Okay, then never mind. Cool.
Spooky wolf.
it's still a medium wolf.
Okay,
But
Thank
he has
you.
large energy.
for clarifying. Yeah.
Yeah, he has large wolf energy. don't you dare say that he's a medium wolf. He doesn't take it very kindly.
That's the title of the episode.
Large wolf energy.
My turn is over.
What did the fox say?
Nah.
Hold on, I need to actually Google something real quick.
We're gonna rewind, huh?
Okay.
We don't
Is this
have a
where
time.
Mim
mate.
died?
No. I just had to Google whether wolves could climb trees.
I mean, that's kind of what I thought you would look up, or that I just wasn't sure. I don't know. I've never seen a wolf
Alright.
before, apparently.
So,
Also,
Mhm.
as a question, when we saw Mim attack, did nothing happen, or did it not look as effective as it should have been?
it pierced. The knife went in.
Okay.
It's going to like look up at the tree, stop sitting, and then walk 2 steps closer and sit and look at the fox and kind of jostle its shoulders a little bit. Now it is Andar's turn.
I'm gonna take a step back. as that wolf's
Protect the
coming,
fox.
and just kind of turn to Sten and be like, have we considered just giving it the fox?
I really don't think this is just a fox.
And I'll just kind of nod and then cast Chromatic Orb at the big wolf.
All right, roll the hit.
Uh, 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
Uh, 17 fire damage.
All right. Fire engulfs the wolf, and you smell burnt fur, and it just sits there staring at the fox. And then kind of looks over at you, squints a little bit, licks its teeth, and looks back to the fox. And that brings us to Alistair. Unless, Andar, did you have other things you wanted to do?
No, and I'm gonna keep Doctor Who on my shoulder.
Cool.
Mm.
I want to hoot every time you say that.
Doctor Who.
Okay, looking over at the stranger, do you have any indication on your face that you're trying to protect this fox? Or like, what is
yeah,
your general vibe?
I mean, the general vibe that you got was that I backpedaled with this fox in my arm the whole entire time trying to save it. So you have a good understanding of what I'm trying to do.
Cool. So I would step up to the wolf, so I'm like right up, not right up against it, but like standing over it. I'll just be like, this is becoming quite the trademark, and I'll do my executioner shot over top of it, pouring all of my grit into it.
At the fox?
No, not the fox. The wolf. Sorry, Jesus. The wolf.
At the big wolf.
Yes.
All right, go for it.
That's so funny.
Jesus, I can't believe I said that. That threw me so far off.
You go up to the fox. Your actions have consequences.
All right, go ahead.
Math is hard. Give me a moment. 14 to hit.
Wait. You still have Bardic Inspiration, and let me tell you what it does if you use it on an attack.
Okay.
If this will allow you to hit, then they have to succeed on a con saving throw, and then they take extra thunder damage.
Whoo, let's use that. What dice is that?
The D6.
Okay. So that's now an 18 to hit.
All right. How much? Roll me damage.
Cool.
Including, and you said a con save?
Yeah, it needs to be to 13.
That was cocked. Fails.
Okay, so
That
whatever
is-
you rolled on the D6, it takes that much thunder damage.
Okay, that was a 4,
Okay.
and it takes 12 piercing damage from my shot.
All right.
12.
12.
I didn't roll very well. To be
That's a
honest. That
lot
should
of
have been more.
damage still.
That's a lot of damn.
And that's your turn?
Yep.
It
Ding.
turns, grins a little bit, and then bites at you.
I figured that would happen.
I figured
Very
that.
jolly music.
Can't believe I said I was going to attack the fox. My apologies.
Hey. That might have been your first instinct, but you learned from your mistakes. And that's what really matters. It's the friends we made along the way.
That was a 14 hit.
It does not. It misses.
Okay.
I jump back as it tries to bite.
Cool. So that brings us to Hewitt.
Oh. Are these wolves like not even attempting to?
Last you saw, the big one howled for a sec, and they all took a step back.
I'll take a step back. And I feel like at this point, I feel like this is a time where being able to speak with creatures would be very useful. But I can't do that. So it seems like they're backing off, is the vibe I'm getting, right?
Mm-hmm. All the other ones.
All the other ones?
But there's this one in the center that's just looking straight at the fox. And grinning, despite singed fur. And being shot twice. Well, stabbed and shot.
And it just bit Alistair, right?
It tried to.
All right.
Almost playfully.
Can I do anything? Okay, my intent here is to try to figure out like kind of what's going on, because this doesn't seem normal. Like, I guess does this seem like normal behavior to me for like wolves and like animals and stuff, or does
That
this
would
seem,
be
like,
accurate.
off?
It seems
This
off.
seems off.
Mhm.
Is there anything I could roll to try to see if my character would know or have any idea of like what's going on? Like, is this wolf controlling the other ones, or something like that?
Roll me either nature or insight, and tell me which you would prefer. Because roll me nature if you want to focus on the other wolf's response. Roll me insight if you're focusing on the main wolf.
Insight to focus on the main one.
Okay.
That's a 22.
This isn't acting like a wolf. That you have never, in your entirety of the knowledge of your history of nature or wolves, have ever seen a wolf behave this way. This wolf seems to have a personality and seems to have a brain and is clearly in charge. And something tells you that that's no wolf.
Yeah, that's like it's not normal. Like something's going
That's
on.
not
here,
a
and
that's
it's-
not a
yeah,
normal wolf.
Gotcha. That would inform my decision to, as it's like sitting there grinning, I'm going to take a step forward.
Mm-hmm.
The staff that I'm holding, it's going to kind of, the crevices in the wood are kind of like streak green, starting from like the top to the bottom. And I'm going to use Shillelagh and just like bring the staff over the top of its head.
All right.
Make a weapon attack. 17, does that hit?
Yes, it will.
6 points of bludgeoning damage, I believe.
All right.
Does it have any reaction, or is it just snarling at me? Is it still like just smiling?
It barely flinches. And just licks its chops again and looks right at you. And the eyes kind of narrow a little bit.
I guess with that, I'll say, I'll try talking to it and say, "Who are you? What is it that you want?"
It looks at you. It looks at the fox. And it looks back at you. And it licks its lips.
"I'm sorry, but you cannot have that." And that I'll end my turn, I guess, from there.
All right. That brings us to Irina, who doesn't want to go too far out to get these other wolves that have backed up, but is uncomfortable with the large wolf, so she's just going to take a step back and hold her action. Which brings us to the big wolf. Who is going to get off of its like haunches, almost roll its shoulders in what looks like a shrug, and then it's going to snarl and bite at Alistair.
Bring it.
Holy shit, you're joking.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I am not kidding. I rolled a 1 and a 2. All right.
Alistair's down.
Oh, oh, 1 and a 2. Man, that's only 38 points of damage. Jeez.
All right.
So, plus 14
Kinda like-
damage.
Chomps at you. And then let's see. 5, 10, 15. He's going to take 2d4.
That is.
You want to roll it?
Yeah, I got you.
Actually, so that was 10 and then 15, 20.
Wait, 10.
Because this is difficult terrain. So this was not 5. This is 10 and then 15, 20 because it's the second.
Yeah, moving
diagonal.
in. Is moving. I actually don't know that's a difficult terrain. Is it moving into it that's difficult, but moving out of it is fine, or is it both?
I think moving in is normal, and then moving out is double.
That was my
Yeah,
understanding.
okay, because you're in the yeah. I got you. That makes very logical sense. Very much logical. All right, the 2d4 is 4 damage.
Okay. It parks itself in between you and the fox.
Does it look like it's trying to like kill it, or does it look like it's trying to like take it, I guess? Or do I have no idea?
At this point, it's already nipped at Alistair. So it moves around, walks through the spikes. And then it kind of, if the fox is here and you're here, it kind of sits facing so it can see both of you and just kind of looks. And smiles.
What the fuck?
Wait, it's just waiting?
Which brings us to the wolves.
Would Alistair get an opportunity attack on it?
Yes, you would if you'd like it, Alistair.
Oh. So question, does it have to be the attack action?
No, you just get one opportunity attack when you attack.
trying to grapple.
So can I shove to push it 5 feet?
Let's find out. Can you shove in an opportunity as an opportunity attack? You only get the option to take an attack action on your own turn,
Right.
making hold on, wait. Making a melee weapon attack as an attack of opportunity is not an attack action. You can't grapple or shove with an attack or opportunity. So
Okay.
no, you can only attack.
Well, then I will just crossbow the boy.
Phew.
Ooh.
Oh,
5
wait.
plus 8.
Did you just say you can't make an opportunity attack? You can only make an opportunity attack with melee weapons?
No. You can. I was saying that you can't do. I was reading an excerpt that had stuff about other attacks in it, and I read out loud. But that first part wasn't relevant. The second part was just you can't make shoves or grapples or whatever it said. I'll reread it exactly.
You just said that at least when I was hearing you said you can only make opportunity attacks with a melee weapon, which I didn't.
No. That I was paraphrasing. It says literally what this says is you only get the option to take an attack action on your own turn. Making a melee weapon attack is an opportunity. I was just like just spitting words.
I misheard you.
But yeah, so the end is you can't grapple or shove with an attack of opportunity. That's the only part that's relevant to us.
Gotcha.
So
My ears don't
So
work.
5 plus 8 for 13.
that will not hit.
Okay.
Which brings us to the wolves, who all of them are going to stand perfectly still, just watching the main wolf.
This is so weird.
And then Sten.
That question I sent you?
Yes. Well, did he didn't describe it to you guys, did he?
No, you only described it to him.
So, do you just want this out of character?
Yes.
How do I whisper back?
Yeah.
I think to reply is I mean, probably still.
Oh, here, I can
/W
just do this, I
my name.
think. I think I can just do this.
You took over as my character entirely.
Oh, whoops. Sorry.
Yeah, I saw your character change. I was like, "There's 2 Stens."
I don't know how I don't know how to do it.
That's funny. Okay, well, I won't say that out loud because that's pretty metagamey, but interesting, like intriguing. Okay, I'm gonna curl the hand around the fox, and then I'm going to move it up in diagonal, and I want to get to a position over here. That's, let's see, over, so 20 feet up in the air. Nope, 15 feet up in the air.
All right. As you lift it, the wolf gets an opportunity attack.
Yeah.
It didn't have to be this way.
The armor class of the fox is 12. The attack roll is a 21.
Oh my god.
GG, Fox.
The fox is going to take
15 points of damage.
9 points of slashing
Is it alive?
to its 3 hit points.
Oh my god.
It's a real fox.
It is the-
Fuck.
we were
Or
protected.
is it a shape-changed fox?
And you
I
watch.
was gonna say, is this polymorph?
So you watch as the hand pulls up, and the wolf smiles and lets it get a little ways up, like almost lets it rise out of range before it hunkers down, jumps up, and jaws snap shut on the hand and the fox, ripping through the mage hand and dissipating it as the fox is crunched under the jaws of this wolf, and you watch as it just tears the fox straight in two, and the fox's tail falls limply on the ground as its head kind of dangles in the wolf's mouth. And blood is seeping down the jaw of the wolf. Kind of tosses it back and chomps it shut. Licks its lip and smiles. And moves 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 out into the forest. Just
It's still my turn.
slow walk.
As it moves.
Oh, is it still your turn?
Yeah.
Sorry. Then never mind. But it chomps down the fox and it smiles.
Okay. Yeah, I would. I mean, I can't attack it, but I would move in for melee to attack it next time and just say, "Why all this for just the fox?" Getting a little angry. That'll do it though.
At that point, it rolls its shoulders, licks its lips. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. All three of you get an attack of opportunity.
Is it his turn again? I thought the
No, it's not his turn.
Oh, what? Okay.
I don't hit.
Can I accept a roll that's on the floor?
Do you normally accept rolls on the floor? Because whatever you do, you got to
No.
stay consistent.
Son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch.
Funny.
Yes, it was.
Floor
wasted
20s
it
are
for-
special though, so
Yeah.
16 to hit.
That'll hit.
10 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right.
Mine was a 17 plus 8.
That'll also hit.
25. Yeah. No, I think I got a 6, so definitely not.
And 7 points of piercing.
All right. Takes no notice. Wanders off into the forest. Which brings us to the wolves' turn. And you watch as all of the ones that aren't in the spikes turn and vanish into the fog. Oh, if I can.
Oh, this music.
Mm-hmm. Very eerie.
We have the option here of removing initiative order depending on what you guys want to do with the wolves that are in the spikes.
I'm gonna drop spike growth.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna drop concentration. And then the vines and the thorns will recede.
At which point, all of these foxes also head off into the forest. And you are left with a bloody tail of a mangled fox.
Sage.
I'm gonna walk over and pick the tail up. Just kind of look at it. Maybe walk it back to Sten, because he's the one who said that he didn't think that was a fox. So I'll inspect it with Sten.
Why all this effort? If it really was just a fox.
Are you talking?
I'll pose the
Who are you
question
talking to?
the
Yeah.
the new person in this area.
You're telling me this really was just a fox? Or
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
okay. Yes, Well, actually, that's a good point, Ryan. Where did I like? What situation did I find myself? Did I just like happenstance along the creature?
Yeah, you were just
And
going
things-
along the path,
Okay.
minding your business. And then you heard noises in the forest, and you heard a rustling, and whoosh, this fox was in your arms, and then wolves growling and stuff.
It was
What you were
just
doing before that is up to you.
a baby
will
fox.
Will identify work on a partial creature?
I would allow it, yes.
It was just a baby. It couldn't defend itself. I was trying to protect it.
Doesn't really explain how many wolves there were for just this baby.
I have no idea.
While they're discussing, I'm going to cast Identify as a ritual and see what I can get.
All right.
But that one fox, it definitely wasn't normal. Maybe it was controlling them? I have never seen something like that before. Who are you people anyway? I haven't met someone down in this path in quite some time.
I'm Sten. Nice to meet you.
And you are? As he turns to Alistair, and
My name's Alistair. I would say well met, but, well, the situation, it's a little dire.
But
at least it wasn't a large situation. Still well met, my friend. Someone that can help a stranger in need is a good person. And
Didn't
you are?
catch your name.
Oh. My name? You can call me Adombi. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'm just gonna throw out there, I'm really proud of the fact that I had the name tag ready, and the second you said it, poof, it poofed up, and I'm proud of myself.
Beautiful.
And the rest of your friends? Don't be strangers.
I'll nudge Andar while he's doing his spell.
I'm just kind of in the middle of a ritual, concentrating on that, paying no one any mind whatsoever.
And don't be rude.
I'll just give a...
He's usually like this.
It's understandable. To each their own.
And then I guess I will call out into the woods and be like, Mim, because I don't think I see her. There's a lot going on.
Probably accurate.
I hear him but ignore him, and I'm by my wolf that I killed.
Okay, what are you doing by the wolf that you killed?
I'm gonna open its mouth and try and wiggle out one of its teeth.
Okay. So that's what Mim's doing. So you call out, Mim doesn't answer.
You seem like a nice bunch. What are you doing out here in the woods?
I will point out, he literally just called out Mim, and no one responded. So
I literally looked around, didn't see what he was. Can I even see Mim?
no,
Like
not from where you are,
yeah.
because she's like, she
Still
was
the ant behind a
stealth,
tree,
and she was stealth. She's behind a tree, and she's not answering, and small.
Yeah, when I say this, I'm kind of just looking at you like a little concerned for your sanity.
What's a mim?
and just like trying to move the conversation along.
Mims, our fairy friend, This doesn't sound better, and I'm gonna like walk off and try and find Mim, I guess.
Oh, okay.
I'll glance at Irina and then look back at. Sorry, can you say your name again?
Adumbi. It's a.
Okay.
Should be. I'll spell it out in the.
I think I can see it in
Okay.
20. Adumbi.
Yeah.
I'll take the spot in between as Alistair leaves. I'll glance at Irina and we're just doing some sightseeing.
Out here.
This is, suppose, a halfway point.
Can I? Is it obvious that you're lying?
No, probably not with my +7 deception.
Can I try to see if you're being truthful here? Because this is something that would be
I'll roll
immediately
deception.
suspicious.
Sure.
Yeah, roll
Let's go.
me insight versus the deception.
God damn it! All right, it's gone.
That's a.
Also, I don't find Mim. I rolled a 5.
I feel like you would call out again if you walked a little further down, and would you or no?
Yeah, but we'll let this play out first.
That's fine.
I'm gonna say that there's kind of like a knowing nod on my face as I said, yes, the sights out here are pretty nice at this time of day. Are you heading back to town or continuing to go sightseeing?
Oh, I'm kind of alone here now. Andor's still busy.
Irina's right there.
Yeah, you have Irina.
Yeah, but she didn't trust a group full of people partying. Why would she trust a stranger in the middle
That's
of the
a
road, right?
valid point.
It's a valid point.
I think continuing our sightseeing. This way behind you. Is that where you've just come from?
Yes, if you need some help, getting around these places can be a little bit dangerous. It's the least that I could do to return the favor for helping me.
I don't think we'd say no to a knowledge traveler. Be a bit of a good thing to have less surprises.
I would enjoy
Alright.
the company.
It's very clear that you are adept with the ways of nature. Is that a correct observation?
I would say that I am not adept with nature, but nature has accepted me. But
Well.
yes.
6 one way, half a dozen another, I suppose.
I'm afraid I haven't heard that before. What does that mean?
Is that a Barovia saying?
It's well, it's similar to saying that those things are one and the same, or any difference might be slight enough as to be irrelevant or negligible.
I love how their group's being awkward and ours being awkward off by himself, and I'm just walking the woods.
Numi will just listen to what she's saying and say, That's a very interesting saying. Well, I'm not sure if your friends are busy or need some time, but take your time and we can leave whenever you're ready.
All right, so let's get Alistair and Mim sorted, and then we'll hit Andar's ritual.
Yeah.
Mim! Mim!
And I'm trying to pull more teeth out of this wolf at this point.
More teeth?
Roll me
How many did you
roll
get?
me a strength check to determine how many you got.
Nat 20. I want all the teeth.
I'm
I
gonna
want
say
all
with the
the
nat
things.
20, you're able to pop out 4 before he's calling out again.
4.
Teeth are not easy to retrieve when they are when they're in a live jaw. They are difficult to extract without tools.
I don't even want to think about that.
Strong gums.
Well then fine.
Strong
Would you
muscles.
like half a jaw with the jaw still on it, or would you like 4 cleanly cut
I'll take
teeth?
4 teeth.
There you are.
I put him in my little pocket for now, and then I walk towards his voice, or fly towards his voice.
Yeah, why would you walk?
Oh,
For
Jesus.
plebs.
Are we ready to go?
Yeah, we were just meeting the person that we stumbled upon.
Then flies over. Right up in what's your name? Abundi? Abundi.
Adumbi.
Boombi. Wow, I flip-flopped those. Adoombi. I fly right up in your face and I say, I just look at you kind of seriously and I go, I'm Mim! And I put my hand out.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mim. And he takes like a slight bow.
Mim comes like zipping out of the woods up to a Doonby, and Alistair comes like crawling out of the foliage, like stumbles back onto the path.
You seem like a pleasant one to be around. And he just gives you a small smile.
Yeah. Pleasant. Well, that's nice. I've never had friends that told me that before.
As I was telling your friend here, what was your name again?
Is that to Alistair or Sten?
To saying to Sten as he turns around. So I don't think Sten actually told me.
Oh, I did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, it's Sten. Sorry. I suppose a lot's happened since. Yeah.
My apologies, friend. As I was talking to Sten here, I was offering if I could show you guys the way.
Should be funny.
I
Okay.
was good till Cap laughed, just saying.
Well, it took every ounce of my willpower not to have Irina be like, do you know the way?
I was about to say it. Mim would have. Okay. Are you
Andar.
around? Oh.
Sorry, I'll pop back to you. Andar, about now, your ritual's finished. You have a bloody foxtail in front of you. There's nothing special about it. There's no enchantments or any kind. It's a bloody foxtail.
All right, so I'll kind of pop up and grab the tail and be like, aha! I've figured it out. The wolves were hungry. This is a fox's tail. And I just kind of stick it in my little pouch of weird things and walk over to a Doonby and just be like, hello, nature person. I believe you were trying to make my acquaintance earlier, but I ignored you. Like, I'm Andar.
The pleasure's mine. And do not worry about it. You seem like a capable and smart individual. And I was the
That's
one.
very smart of you to notice that.
And I was the one that intruded on you. So my apologies.
And do you have nicknames for everybody? What do you call
I know
him?
what you're
I'll point to
talking
Alistair.
And I'll look over and I'll say, Alistair, of course.
And that person? And I'll point to Mim.
Oh, you mean Tiny Fairy?
Right, okay. Take a little solace in that.
And I was just in a fever dream this entire time.
To be fair, last you asked, Andar thought this was a prank from his frat boy friends.
Yep.
And no one has followed up with him since.
And no one ever will. No.
Yeah. Ooh, spooky.
Um,
Everyone's just like, it's probably better if he thinks it this way.
Sweet little Andor.
No.
We've seen him when he's gotten actually scared. Let's just leave him in peaceful bliss.
All right, Mim, you started to say something before we finished the ritual.
I don't remember what it was.
Okay, sorry.
You're asking
Don't
me
apologize.
where I think you're asking me if I was around
Oh,
here or something, or from around here.
Yeah. So, are you from around here? Can you show us the way?
Well, if you all are just sightseeing, I can show you down the path.
Sightseeing.
I'm quite familiar with these paths. Yes, your friend Sten, was it?
Yes,
Oh.
we're taking in our surroundings and looking at new places.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But I mean, aren't we also like? Oh. Okay. Yeah, we're sightseeing. Let's
Yes.
go off on our adventure. Thank you, new friend. Let's go.
I'll just say under my breath, I'm gonna owe somebody an apology later. I have some explaining to do.
So would you all like to head out now, or do you need some time to rest?
We can set off now. Sounds good to me.
Go on an adventure.
So I'll start heading down the path, and as we travel down the path, I'll almost joking, like as a joke to myself, but I'll start like gesturing to like the trees and things as we're walking down. And this is the big oak tree. It has been here for 200 years. Its history is long and vast, and you'll try to give like a tour guide approach down to this completely like nondescript forest that has nothing interesting in it at all.
As he says stuff, I'm gonna like hug the tree, walk along.
Hug the tree.
Just from my knowledge, Hewitt,
Yeah.
how long has a Doonby been in Barovia? Like, would he know who Irina is if she's like a local noble, basically?
So, I've been in Barovia for a while, but not necessarily like the town or anything.
Got it. Cool by
So,
me.
Yeah.
Just
more
want,
of
I just
like
wanted to check if that was something
Yeah.
we should address or not.
Yeah, I definitely steer clear away from the town.
Cool.
But I have pretty decent knowledge of other places around here.
And
Before
off
we
we
get-
go.
Much further, can we go to the bathroom break or something? I don't know if everyone else needs one, or should I just dip?
I'd be down to make some tea or something. Come back.
Yeah.
All right, cool. We'll take a brief break and we'll hop back. We've got
All right,
about
thank you.
an hour left in our abbreviated session for Super Bowl purposes.
Oh, I forgot we weren't.
Football.
Football.
Sports ball.
We're gonna do the
Woo!
football.
Throw the thing in the net. Woo!
Yeah, they're gonna win.
This is,
Yeah.
I'm just
Sports ball.
I'm just pointing out
the
that literally
football.
all of our nerd football batching is going on YouTube. So just to show how absolutely out of touch with sports everyone in this group is.
And
not-
we live where
I'm
the
not
Super Bowl
completely out of
is.
touch with sports. I'm just. It depends on the sport.
Yeah.
Football.
My nephew asked me on the phone. He was like, or he said that he wants to go to a Rams game with me sometime. Or he's like, I really want to go to a Rams game with you. He's like 5. So, or now he's not 5 anymore. He's 6. Never mind. But yeah, he was like, yeah, I want to go to a Rams game. And I was like, okay, not this one, because this is a lot of money, but we could go to one eventually. And then we'll go get some crazy bread from Little Caesars, because that's what we like.
I like crazy bread. But anyway, I'll be right back. Let me
Sorry.
get my stuff.
Yep.
Yes.
Sounds
Be right
good.
back.
All right. We shall return. And we're back. Let me turn the music back on. God, I love this playlist. All right. So, you guys continue to travel through the woods. For a few more hours. Every time I resets the map, it puts me on the far side. All right. As Adunbi leads you through the forest, you direct Adunbi to. Oh, I guess I presume. What do you guys? Where do you tell Adunbi you're going?
I have a question for Adumbi.
Go for it. We're walking through the forest. We will continue to roleplay.
Adumbi, that was quick thinking back there with the vines. You don't seem to favor the sword nor the bow. What do you favor?
What do I favor? In terms of fighting?
Fighting or seeing your way out of conflict?
I think my favorite weapon of choice with fighting or seeing my way out of conflict is probably words. Yes. I think that's my preferred weapon of choice.
That's fair.
And he just smiles at you. How about you, my friend?
I'm handy with most things, but prefer the bow. And I'd like basically pat the crossbow that's hanging at my side.
This is a perfectly viable use and choice. There's a lot of times when there's nothing you can do but defend yourself.
I always defend those who defend me. And then I just continue walking at your side.
Lord.
What's like the because I'm like in the woods a lot. What's like the nearest place in this direction that we're going that I would know of?
Nearest
that
landmark?
Like a building or tower or like place that people would want to go to, or not necessarily want to go to, but
so the very closest thing is the bridge, which is here. After that, the path continues, and this is a large gate that is considered like one of the two gates of Barovia. And then this is Castle Ravenloft.
Gotcha. And people don't normally go to Castle Ravenloft, right?
Not terribly often. You'd know of
just
the
takes us to Strahd.
evening procession, though.
The evening procession?
Yeah, the ghosts. You'd know of that if you were like out in the woods at night.
The ghosts? Okay.
The ghostly march that you guys saw from Barovia.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna continue to go through the bridge, and in my mind, I'm gonna keep a mental note of probably the most interesting thing is that. So I'm gonna I'm gonna be heading in that direction.
All right, cool. So then at that point, no one would have any reason to question because you're going the way that they're going. Yeah. So you guys travel for a few more hours. At this point, it's like mid-afternoon. You've been traveling for the entirety of the morning, minus your little encounter. It's starting to be mid-afternoon-ish. When, as you approach this bridge in the distance, you follow the dirt road as it clings to the side of a mountain and ends before an arcing bridge of mold-encrusted stone that spans a natural chasm. Gargoyles coked in black moss perch on the corners of their bridge, their frowns weather-worn. On the mountainous side of the bridge, a waterfall spills into a misty pool nearly 1,000 feet below. The pool feeds a river that meanders into the fog-shrouded pines that blanket the valley. Down the river, you can kind of see in the distance the smoke of the fire of the Vistani encampment. And the pool kind of rests just to the left of the bridge itself, down below.
Then nothing seems like threatening or wary. Right?
Just a bridge. Everything's kind of
Bridge.
moist with the spray from the waterfall nearby. But
Does this bridge have a name?
no. The falls are called Sarah Falls. But the bridge does not have a name.
Nimby will say to the party as we approach the bridge. And this is Sarafall Bridge. It's been around for many a years. Important for the crossing to Barovia to Ravenloft and beyond. Or Castle Ravenloft and beyond.
As he says Castle Ravenloft, can I clock Irina and see if she freaks out at all?
She tenses up at the mention of it. For sure.
But do not worry, there are no trolls on this bridge and it will not swallow you up. Come, let's go.
So Doonby goes to cross the bridge. You guys just continue to follow? Anybody?
I'll follow him.
Mim's
I've
holding
got
her
something.
acorns.
Do we have a little time?
Yeah, you got a little time.
I've been thinking of writing a story in your likeness.
Naturally.
I need to know your story at the table intrigued me a little bit, and I'm wondering if you could give me a little bit more of what happened the night before you got here. I think that's a wonderful opening to the story. All I think I remember is something about drinking with your friends.
Ah, yes. Yes, before I got tricked into coming here. Yeah, not much to say. We were out. We were drinking. We were having a good time. I went to go back home because I had an early day the next day. Had to get up to do some studying before my teacher comes in. Practical joker my teacher is. And then I woke up and there you were, speaking to me like you weren't a rabbit.
Well, I'm clearly more than just a rabbit, but how about we add some flourish to this? What if instead of studying or whatever, preparing, you were plotting the demise of the prankster master himself?
Plotting, yes.
Yes, the ultimate prank.
The ultimate prank.
Now, what's the best prank they've pulled on you? Try and conjure up something to make it bigger than theirs.
You're asking what the biggest prank they've pulled on me was?
Yes, I mean, surely you remember.
There was that week I spent as a frog. I don't remember the others.
Did they all happen during Frog Week?
Ooh. Well, they kept trying to drop me down the sewer a little bit. I was able to hop out of there, but yes, practical jokers my teacher was.
I think that's enough to go on for now. I'll get back to you.
Any other conversations anyone would like to have?
Mim, assuming I'm following kind of towards the back, I go up, fly towards Doomby, and I'm holding my acorns and I'm just whispering to them. And then I put them.
Yeah, go.
Okay, and I just put them back in my pocket for a moment, and then I go up to Doomby and I whisper and I say, "The acorns say you're a good tour guide."
I thank you, my friend. So you can speak with plants and animals. That's an impressive skill.
She's just kind of like shy, but like giddy.
Did you always know how to do that, or did someone teach you?
Well, I was really lonely, and they just started talking to me.
You must be naturally gifted.
Well, I mean, yeah, but like, yeah, I don't really have to do anything. I just hear them sometimes, and then when I'm lonely, I just start talking to them, and it's like, they're my friends. They were my
Maybe
first friends.
Maybe one day we can all sit down together and have a chat. Me, you, and your friends.
That'd be so great, because no one else has been able to hear them talk before except me, and it gets kind of weird sometimes.
Well, I do not have your natural talents, but give me some time and I might be able to do it. Does that sound good?
And then she just flies back to the back of the group again. And pulls out the acorns and then just starts talking to them again.
These acorns are actually Strahd.
I'm the best Strahd spy.
Strahd spy. Strahd's personal spy.
All right. Let me check one quick thing.
And
Right. Close out some of these tabs we no longer need. So, you guys continue along the path, which winds through this fairly mountainous region. Now it's starting to get pretty hilly, rocky on either side. It's a lot less foliage, a lot less trees, more just these rocky outcroppings with these kind of winding hiking paths through. But you're still on a fairly well-worn road, mostly cobblestone, sometimes natural rock, with these treads worn in of passing wagons, footsteps, but you don't really see very many people along the way. Every once in a while, maybe like a hooded Barovian or somebody with like a small cart of goods traveling from one city to the other. But for the most part, it's pretty quiet. And you're traveling along this road until you come to this fork. And off to the left, you see a large gate off in the distance. And off to the right, you see a winding road heading up towards the castle. But right parked in the center of this fork is a large black carriage with 2 black draft horses parked in the center of this fork.
A large black carriage with two what?
Draft horses.
Draft horses.
Their breath is steamy as it puffs into the chill mountain air.
Is
And
anyone
the
in the
side
carriage?
door of
Is
the
it?
carriage just swings open silently.
This seems odd.
Mim's gonna immediately try to stealth behind a tree or something. Is there anything that I can stealth behind, or just...
It's a pretty open path, so you're gonna have to try and get creative.
Okay. Are there rocks or boulders or anything like that?
Yes, there are plenty of rocks and boulders.
Okay. I'm like 2 foot tall, so I'm gonna assume there's like a 2 foot tall boulder. I'm just gonna hide behind a boulder. My stealth is 25.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm doing.
I'm going to back up and just make sure I'm looking over Irina, just in case, because we're getting super close to Castle Ravenloft.
All right.
Is there any noise coming from the carriage?
Not presently, no.
Doomy will call out to the carriage, asking if like anyone's like, I guess anyone's around, or just like a simple hello.
Just calling out to the carriage.
Yeah, just to see if anyone responds.
A hand curls around the edge of the carriage and leans out, and you see. Here, I'll show the portrait. Let me cover some key info, though.
Oh.
It's a boy.
He looks evil.
Yeah, I don't know how to trust him.
See
He looked evil. Kill him.
a dusk elf lean out of the carriage. Yes. Pardon me. We're just taking a rest on the road. I'm here to deliver a message.
Do you need any help?
No. I'm quite fine, thank you. But I'm here to deliver a warning.
A warning?
Yes, I see that you have the lovely Lady Irina traveling with you. My master's very... Huh?
Hand on crossbow. As soon as he says the name.
Yep.
As soon as he says that, I'm gonna say, I'm afraid I don't know of any Irene.
Well, Lady Irina, she stands amongst your number. I'm here to deliver a message from my master.
I'm gonna walk over to Irina. I'm gonna give her a spinning hug, and while I do that, I'm gonna cast Disguise Self on myself to look like her.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
All right.
Can you? This is a good question. Can you like disguise yourself like backwards?
So
where
like
to where your back is the image is front.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
I would imagine.
I don't know why you'd do it, but I just thought it was not
It's just a random thought.
You're just like hugging her and disguise image your back as Irina's front.
And so as we're spinning, then we become two Irinas.
Yes. He'll start slightly and be like, well, now it appears there are two, but it does appear that she is amongst your number, nonetheless. I'm here to deliver a message.
And what would that message be?
My master, the Count Strahd, is very concerned for Lady Irina's safety. There is a monster out in the forest running rampant, and I fear that he has closed the gates to Vallaki. He has offered the Lady Irina stay at the Castle Ravenloft if she so desires.
Well, I appreciate your message. I am sure that she will make her decision herself,
Of course,
and you could be on your way.
I will wait for her decision. And he leans back into the cart.
I mean, Adumi turns back to the rest of the party and just kind of gives like a shrug and says, "So, what is that about?"
I think since we're supposed to be transporting her secretively, that having someone who reports directly to Strahd, having seen her, is not the best scenario to be in.
You're supposed to transport this person secretly?
Yes. We told you something else, didn't we? How awkward is this? Surprise.
Well, this is none of my business, so whatever you'd like to decide, you can decide. And
I say we tell the creepy elf thing that she has gone back to the village of Barovia, and she is no longer with us, and we will pass him without him knowing.
it seems to It seems that he knows that she is with you.
We will hide her.
How far away is he from us?
The carriage?
Yeah.
It's like 30, 40 feet in front of you.
Okay. Can he hear us talking? I guess that's also important. Sorry.
That's a good question. Can he?
Can we walk 30 or 40 more feet away?
Obviously, we would have walked 30 or 40 feet away.
I already just assumed you guys did.
Irina, do you want me to go answer to this figure?
Well, I'm sorry. It's difficult to take you seriously when I appear to be talking to myself. When you say answer, what exactly did you have in mind?
Send him on his way.
Well, I'm not going. I can say that with certainty. I don't know if it's wise, if with you looking like that, to be the one to address him.
I wouldn't really do any talking. I don't think I can really sound like you.
Oh. I guess that's true. I didn't quite notice that your voice hadn't changed. I'm sorry. This is a very odd scenario. I've never been presented with such a unique situation. Perhaps someone else can, unless, are you going to go looking like me?
I suppose that would be the most disarming thing for him, but maybe somebody else.
Well, whatever we decide on what should be said, Sten and I can go up and talk to this individual and take care of it.
I wondered, though, what he said about a monster.
I mean,
Would I have any knowledge of any monsters in this area? Or is this like something I'm just like, I don't know.
You know that generally the woods are fairly unsafe in general, especially at night. And there's a number of creatures within the woods that could be described as monsters, but none that you know of that would be like the monster, you know? Like,
Yeah. Well, these woods are generally unsafe for the common folk, so there's plenty of scary things within these woods.
I do believe that Strahd has sent monsters Barovia's way. So if he's truly scared of another monster that he's not controlling, is it a matter of him not controlling it? Or that the monster itself is scarier than the monster he controls?
Is that just like in general to everyone, or?
Sure, yeah.
There are creatures that can control other people. Could be this man's own doing.
repeat the question because Irina might be able to answer, but I was checking something.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, pretty much. Strahd's already sent monsters to attack Irina's house.
Mm-hmm.
Is what killed her dad. And so it's not. It would be weird if Strahd was terrified of a monster that he couldn't control, or a monster that was stronger than the ones he could control.
Correct.
It's more like a statement. But.
Yes, that's valid. Cool.
Is the gate blocked by the cart?
No, the gate, the cart's just at the fork in the road. There's plenty of room to go either direction. The gate is off a little ways. It's still like probably a mile or so down the road. Not far, but not near either.
I mean, either way, Irina, you don't want to go, do you?
No.
Absolutely not.
Well, then I say we send this gentleman on his way.
We should sell it so he doesn't know which way we're going, right?
Well, Adumbi will turn and call out to the. We'll walk up to the cart, and call softly to the men. Excuse me.
He leans back out. Yes. How can I help?
It seems that the the lady would not like to come to the castle, so you can be on your way now.
I understand. Please let the Lady Irina know that the Master sends his regards, and should she change her mind, she is always welcome. He has also asked me to present this to her, if you would be so kind. And he hands you a small black box.
Thank you, my friend. And you have a blessed sundown.
You as well. Travel safely. And let her know she is always welcome at Castle Ravenloft. And he gently shuts the door to the carriage. And you hear a little... And the horses, seemingly of their own accord, start marching down the path to the east. And the carriage kind of clatters along the cobblestones back towards Castle Ravenloft in the distance.
Ludimi comes back and presents the black box to the group, says, he seems to be on his way now, but he said this was a present for Lady Irene. And hands it over.
Irina takes the box and examines it cautiously before opening it, and
Is the cart still in eyesight while she does this?
it's a decent ways off, but yeah, it's still in eyesight.
I'm gonna grab for the box too, until I can't see the cart.
All right. Oh, good call. So I guess that's true, because you, Adunbi, you wouldn't know which one's which, would you?
Yeah, I just said I present the box. I'm
Gotcha.
not, like,
So
handing
she'd
it
reach
over to
for it,
anyone,
and
'cause
you'd reach for it, and then there'd be kind of like a shock, and then understanding, and you each kind of take it in one hand, and she kind of looks at you like, should we open it?
I can't say I'm not curious.
All right. And so she moves to open it. And you open it, and inside is a flawless obsidian ring. Gold inlay along the band, and a polished, faceted obsidian gemstone on top. And it's just sitting gently in like a little velvet case.
Panda,
Yes.
the thing you did with the foxtail to figure out if the fox was a fox, is it possible to figure out if this ring is truly just a ring?
I can certainly give it a go if you think we have about 10 minutes.
I'll take another look at the cart and probably, yeah. Irina, I'd be wary of touching the ring for now. It just has an ominous nature. I don't know.
Just to save time for future rituals and stuff, basic arcana checks will kind of tell you whether something's magical. At least by my, I don't know as far as like general rules go, but the way that I generally rule is if you want to check if something magical, an arcane check will work. And then if you want to know more specifics, you can do identify. But just so you guys don't have to be like, we have to do identify on anything that could potentially be magical. If you ever want to just roll for an arcana check, that'll work.
Gotcha.
Just to save you all time, because I don't want you
It's
like
magical.
Yes, exactly. I was like, I just don't want you guys to be like, here's an item, we should check it. Let's take 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll roll Arcana. 22.
There doesn't seem to be anything magical about the ring.
Just like the foxtail, seems to just be a ring. Or I'm just really, really bad at this.
Well,
But I've studied a lot, so I don't think so.
okay, so chances are you're not really, really bad at this.
No. Just bad with crossbows.
All right. Well, it is lovely. It's a lovely gift. I'm not quite sure how to feel about it, but I'll hold on to it for now, I think. And she closes
What
it.
if we use this to barter in Valaki?
That's true. That's absolutely an option.
Abundi, Dunbi, I'm so sorry. I suppose I owe you an apology. I blatantly lied to you. And I know you're figuring out the facts as we go, but we are not sightseeing. We are on a mission to get the lady Irina to a safe place, away from, and I'll point to Castle Ravenloft, a very unsafe place.
Well, I appreciate the honesty.
We've just run into quite a few characters that come with danger, and the moment we met you, the danger was immediate. So I was a little apprehensive.
No. Please do not apologize. I would be more than happy to help in this situation. You helped me. It is only fair if I return the favor back.
Whenever the cart gets out of sight, I'll drop disguise self.
Okay. It takes about 15 minutes or so, but off it goes.
This music's like decision time.
This gate in front of us is closed, because that's what was said.
It's a little ways off. It's about a quarter of a mile or a mile or so, but from here it looks closed.
Gotcha.
May I ask,
Between hills.
where is this safe place that you are going?
We've been instructed that the town of Valaki is our safe haven. Are we misled?
This is okay. I think I know the way to Valaki. Why don't we keep going? We can talk while we are moving.
Here.
Yeah. So I'll keep walking down towards the gate.
All right.
Can I see where she hid the ring?
Where Irina hid it?
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't particularly hide it. She just pockets it.
Okay.
So you guys are heading down towards the gate?
Yeah. Oh, unless anyone objects.
Yes.
All right. You guys,
Oh, never
go
mind.
ahead. No, go ahead.
Nothing. No, it's irrelevant now. It's good. We're moving on.
What was it?
I was just saying nothing.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
So you guys trek a little ways down. And as you approach the gates, you do in fact notice that the gates are shut and there's a caravan outside of the gates of people. Various carts, some appear to be traders, some appear to be Vistani, like wagons. And there seems to be a whole group gathered at the base of this giant gate that's shut, and there's kind of a commotion gathering at this caravan at the base of the gate.
A caravan gathered at our side of the gate. Does it seem to be like a difficulty getting through, or is it just like?
Well, the gate is fully shut, so.
Oh, okay, sorry.
No worries. So yeah, so the gate is shut, as was reported, and all of these wagons and like caravans and traders and travelers are all gathered at the base of the gate, and there seems to be a commotion amongst them.
Would you all like to see what's going on, or would you like to take a detour around?
Based on our last interaction, I'd say we should hang out here for just a minute. And I can take a closer look. And as I say that, my eyes kind of turn white, and Doctor Who hops off and flies over to see what the commotion's about.
Doctor Who.
All right.
I'm sorry, Doctor Who?
Exactly.
So the owl flies down and closer, and owls have impeccable hearing, so you don't have to get very close before you can hear what's going on. But there seems to be some fear and discontent spreading amongst the caravans as the gates are closed. The walls of this kind of canyon are up on either side to the point that there's no way around said gate, and the gate is too tall to traverse. But they are concerned because at this point it is getting to be late afternoon, and many of them are fearful that they won't be able to make it to safety. Many of the Barovians, at least, are fearful that they won't be able to make it to safety before nightfall. And there have been whisperings of a monster traveling the roads. Whereas the Vistani are more frustrated with the inconvenience of the gate being closed. And many of them are just hassling nearby Barovians for being worried, and then that's agitating and irritating the Barovians further.
So I'll kind of snap out of seeing and hearing through Doctor Who's eyes as he's on his way back and relay all that information to everyone else. So it seems that these gates aren't normally closed right now. Everyone seems to be very upset about it. Either way, it doesn't look like a situation where I think all of us should get involved with. Maybe one or two could go investigate.
Was it locked? Is there like a clasping lock? Or how's the door secured?
I didn't notice.
Mim wants to investigate.
Sorry about that.
I was ordering food. They said it's locked, and everyone around seems to be upset.
Basically, Cliff Notes,
Sorry.
the Barovians are fearful because it's late afternoon and they're not sure they're going to be able to make it somewhere safe for nightfall without going through the gate. But the gate's shut. The Vistani are more frustrated with the inconvenience and then are hassling the nearby Barovians because they're not worried about safety.
Yeah.
How high up is it?
How much is what?
How high is
The gate is like 50 feet.
Okay. And he had a question.
Is this more portcullis or gate?
This is
Like
full
gate-
solid doors. Like,
Got you.
Like lock, as in like a board instead of like lock.
like two large swinging metal doors that seem to be interlocked, but don't have like an external bar or something that can just be removed.
Well, maybe we could just go up and see what the problem is with the gates.
Yes, I can accompany you.
I mean, we
I'll
could.
turn to
we could
Irina
all
and
go.
Say, you know, Irina, I think it'd be best if Irina maybe stayed hidden.
Yeah, I'll
She's
stick
already
back with Irina.
attracted enough.
I have a disguise kit, I think. Can I try to disguise Irina?
Sure.
Mess up her hair a little bit.
Yeah.
Make her look like me. Okay.
Funny ears.
If you need an item, not a large one, but let me know. Maybe I can help if you run into an issue at the door. But I'll stay
course.
back here.
Of course, of course. Would anyone else like to come with?
There's no way I can like sneak and stuff. But Mim, I'm gonna come with. I'm curious. Mim just flies up to you guys without saying stuff.
So what is the decision for Irina?
Stand back
Irina
with
is
Sten, I
staying
believe.
back with Alistar and Sten.
Got it. So Alistair and
And
Sten are staying back,
then-
and everyone else is going to investigate.
Wait,
Yeah.
can people see us? Like, have they noticed us yet? Like, because you said
No,
there's a
you're
lot of
far
people
enough away that you kind of just saw.
Oh.
Like, you stayed back. You're not even within hearing distance. You kind of saw the
Okay.
commotion, and you guys sent the owl to investigate.
Then I actually want to walk away, still a safe distance away, but try and hide behind something, but where I can still see Irina in view instead of going with.
So I think it's me and Andar that are just walking up to talk to people, and then Mim's kind of off on the side, right?
Yeah. With a
Gotcha.
19 for stealth.
And you're staying with Sten, Alistair, and Irina, not stealthing
Ye-
in with Andar and Adunbi.
No, I'm not stealthing in. I'm stealthing near
Adunbi.
them, keeping an eye on it, just
Okay.
just
I'm
trying
kinda
to.
just gonna.
I was say I'm just trying to find something to hide behind. So if there's something around, like a rock or a tree or
Yeah,
something,
there's rocks.
yeah, then I'm hiding where I can still have them in view.
Like
Who in
peeking
view?
around the rock.
Can I not have both things in view, even in distance, and Irina in them?
Okay, so you're
there a way
following,
to do that?
hiding, trying to listen, but watch Irina and them.
I don't necessarily need to listen. I just want my eye on both if I can, like both groups. Is there a way to do that?
No, because the group is up against the gate,
Yeah.
and your friends are up the path. So there's no way for you to look both directions.
Well, no, I know, but be able to be behind a rock where I can look both directions, and just like keep my eye
Oh,
on
okay,
both.
then yes.
Okay, then yeah, I'll be in like the middle of it.
Okay.
Thank you.
You won't be necessarily close enough to hear what's going on with Andar and Adunbi, though. You'll be on your own.
I don't care.
Okay, then that's what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm just here just in case something happens.
All right,
I'm just vibing.
all right. So Andar and Adunbi, you guys approach this mass of people,
Yeah.
and there's this
Using
tension in
my,
the
my
air.
walking stick.
And as you approach, some of the Vistani are actually throwing wine bottles against the gate, trying to get something to change, get it to open in some way. And the Barovians, there's a group of them just waiting, staring at the gate, not moving, no nothing, just holding their goods or their wheelbarrows filled with various trade goods and food and crops. And then there are some that are whispering amongst themselves and seem very tense. And there's actually one couple who's arguing. The wife is like, we need to get out of here. The gate's not going to open. We need to go home. And the husband's like, we're never going to make it home by nightfall. It's already late afternoon. What do you expect us to do? We have to either wait for the gate or we're going to end up in the woods alone. What would you prefer?
Damn. Marriage isn't gonna last very long.
I hope they're good.
Yeah, me too. Can I walk up to the married couple with Endar and ask
Sure.
them, excuse me, sorry to intrude. What seems to be wrong with the gate?
We don't know. It's shut. It's never been shut, and there appears to be no way to open it.
Do you know how long it's been like this?
Well, from asking around, it appears it's been this way a few hours. No one quite knows when it closed.
Thank you for your time. And I'll turn to Endar and ask him, what do you make of this? Should we continue forward and ask more people, or?
Yeah, it seems very strange, but they didn't have much information for us. Let's see who else we can ask.
There seem to be
Vistani look familiar from like the camp we stayed in.
Roll me a perception check.
bum bum bum.
Uh, 18.
You kind of scan over the faces. There are similar outfits, but no particular faces that ring a bell. Just similar features.
Are there like soldiers or anything at the front of the gate, or
No.
like is there anyone that looks like competent, or is pretty much everyone like a villager or like a townsperson?
They're all either Barovians or Vistani travelers. There do appear to be a couple that seem to have clothing that are slightly different than Barovians, but they also appear to be commoners.
So everyone appears to be like commoner, like traveler commoners or whatever.
And there's no like guards or there's nobody manning the gate. There's no
Why
like
don't we-
towers or anything.
Why don't we go? Why don't we go see what's wrong with the gate ourselves?
Yeah.
Walk up to the gate with Endar. And I'll just like try like. It's a tall gate. Like, what's the mechanism that's like actually opening it? Like, what is it? Something that's like pushes open? Is it like a
So
like supposed to be like a draw thing, or?
on either side of this canyon are two large stone, like almost like pillars set into the side of the mountain.
Okay.
And the gate seems to extend on hinges from those towers, and you can see from treads in the ground that this gate swings open and closed. But there doesn't appear to be any external chains. There doesn't appear to be any sort of like visible mechanism you can see from the outside that seems to be operating how that thing swings. There's no pulley wheel or like rope or anything external. It's these pillars, hinges, and then doors. And the doors appear to be made of like a dark, like varnished steel almost. That meets in the middle at a seam and has large heavy bolts set in around the perimeter of each door.
Gotcha. I'll turn to Endar and say, it doesn't seem like this door will open anytime soon. It's none like I've ever seen before.
Yeah, it does look strange. Can I send Doctor Who up over it to see if I can get a view from the other side?
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna do that.
All right, so you send Doctor Who up and over, and on the other side there seems to be a similarly arranged group of people. There's a little bit less coming from this direction, and as far as the like clothing, the Barovian kind of brown and gray seems to be less common, and there's more kind of reds and yellows of kind of standard tunics on this side, and there's only one Vistani wagon as opposed to like the 4 that are on your side. But there's a smaller group, and most of them seem to be heading back or debating whether they should, but most of them seem to actually be leaving. Very few are sticking around like they're on this side. As for the door itself, it is a mirror of the side that you're on. It is straight door, no mechanisms, just hinges and these pillars.
And can I do an Arcana check on the doors to see if they're, or to try to see if they're being held together by some sort of magic or
Absolutely.
anything like that?
See if you can feel that pulse, baby.
I am going to, I'm feeling pretty lucky on this, so I'm going to have to use a luck point to reroll that d20.
Fair enough.
17.
All right. So as you kind of like walk up, you have Doctor Who examine, and then Doctor Who comes back down and lands at your side. You venture back into your own eyes, and you kind of walk up and feel along the steel and kind of inspect for any magical properties you might be able to sense or any arcane runes that you can find. And you are able to kind of see and sense this kind of arcane presence that you're able to identify as a movement-based spell that you can tell that this gate magically opens and closes. It like the doors swing using magical properties, but whatever's locking it in place does not appear to be magical. And from the external side, you can't quite see what is locking it, other than the pure weight of the door, which is significant in and of itself. But something magical activates these gates to open or close.
I'll turn to Adunbi and relay that information. Be like, well, it seems these gates are very intentionally closed and very intentionally being kept closed.
Well, let us go back to the rest of the group. I may have an idea of what we should do next.
Very
And
well.
I'll start walking over. And when I get to everyone, I'll say, I think me and Endar will probably just relay the information that we've gotten so far. And I'll say, it doesn't look like there's going to be a way to get past the gates, but it is getting close to nightfall. We can take our chances to go back to the town, or I hate to say, but the castle is probably the safest place for us to be.
You mean that castle that we're very, very intentionally avoiding?
Yes, but there are worse things at night in these woods than the castle.
Very funny. We had someone traveling with us recently who is intent on giving the lord of that castle his mind. Funny that it's come right back.
The weave of fate works in mysterious ways.
As
I'm
you
just
guys
worried-
are just... Sorry,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
I'm just worried. I feel like they wear their intentions on their sleeves. And it just sounds like an all-around bad idea.
I'm just speaking my mind. We don't have many directions in which we can go. And the danger of going back is great. Having shelter would be nice. Even I don't stay out in these woods at night.
As you guys are discussing, The sun is starting. Well, the light of the sky and the clouds is starting to fade, and you can tell that it's starting to get close to nightfall. And you guys are debating which direction to go when you hear a "Choo-choo," and you guys look over to see where the noise came from, and down the road, the gates slowly swing open, grinding against the pavement. And you hear a couple Barovians quickly, hurriedly pushing their carts through, and the Vistani cheering and clapping and going about, like, smashing wine. And they start heading through the gate as well.
Well, I stand corrected.
I say onward. Have we disguised this one? As I gesture over to Irina.
Negative. No one disguised her.
I did. I said I disguised her.
Mim used
But I
disguise
used my
kit.
disguise kit.
Oh, okay. So I thought you were following. Did you just
No,
stay with her in
used my
disguise?
disguise kit and then I went
That was
and
the first.
hid.
That was the first thing. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought that you were doing the hiding instead of the disguising. The disguising would take the majority of the conversation. It's not easy to disguise someone quickly. It takes time. You, like,
Makeup session.
I tossed my stuff at her and said, "Disguise yourself," and then went.
oh, so she's supposed to disguise herself. Then in that case,
Disguise yourself.
She looks the exact same.
let me see how she did.
fine. Wait, hold on. Are you supposed to roll for her when you disguise, or is it just disguise kit? Like, how does that work?
Well, it depends on if you have proficiency in it.
Do I have? How do I know?
You can have like there's like a kit that you can get, and then you can
Oh, I
you
am.
can
proficient.
you can use
Yeah.
it on somebody, or that person can use it on themselves. But if you have proficiency, you get a bonus.
I would
to
just
your,
yeah. So then that makes
to
sense.
your-
I would have.
your thing.
Then I would have. If I knew, I would have stayed. I wouldn't have followed. Keep an eye.
So-
She could disguise herself though.
That's the thing.
But
So are you
Right.
disguising her, or is
But-
she disguising herself?
I would have disguised her. Because if I knew that I was good at disguising, I'm proficient. I have the disguise kit. I would have chosen to stay. I
Okay.
just didn't know it would
So,
take time.
couple things. One, having a personal disguise kit is that most of the stuff that's in the disguise kit would be disguises for you, and you are a small creature. So, piecemealing a disguise for her out of your disguise kit is going to be difficult.
Well, I assume I'd have like a wig and like I don't know, accessories or something like that. Right? I have a set of fine clothes too. So like could I piece
Yes,
together
but those are all your size.
No, I know, but yeah, but like I mean, some of that stuff we could jerry rig, right?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying is you're gonna have to, but it's going to, like, it may not be the best disguise based off of your supplies unless you want to take more time.
I mean, I just would try and then I'd say,
'Kay.
how's this work?
So
Right? So
then roll me a
So-
performance check at disadvantage.
you get to add your disguise kit proficiency.
And
Is
add,
that right?
yes,
what would that be?
your proficiency bonus.
Which
Is
is
it also
just
plus your dex modifier?
Usually kits are like you choose a stat and then you get to add your whatever stat you think is applicable to the kit, and then you add your proficiency bonus of the kit if it applies. So I don't know what stat Ryan thinks the most applicable for like trying to disguise somebody, and then you just add your proficiency bonus of the disguise kit if you have it.
So in this case, it's going to be performance because you're trying to disguise someone else and perform a disguise on them.
okay. Cool. I rolled 9 twice, and by the way, and then that means I got +2 for performance.
And then plus
Plus
your
two
proficiency
proficiency.
bonus.
So that's just 13.
It's not terrible considering. So you're able to kind of patchwork What are you trying to disguise her as? Does it matter, or do you want me to pick?
It's like a different person. So I would assume a wig that's a different hair color and a
Gotcha.
makeup. Do I have makeup in a disguise kit?
Yeah, no, you've got clothes, makeup, the whole gag.
Yeah, it would be more like that, and then I'm gonna turn to friends and ask, does anyone have like a cloak or anything that she could wear that would just like hide her clothes, or does she have clothes she can change into?
So
She seems
Alistair
a
and
little
Sten, that
obvious
would
if
be
we're
to
trying
you
to be
two.
sneaky.
Take mine off and give it to her. So I have like all cloaks. So
You have multiple layers of clothes.
I am the cloak.
So
Dark cloak.
you managed to figure like a blonde wig up into like a bun and stick a needle through it, so it looks like she's got like a sewing needle through her bun. And between the cloak and the clothes that you have on hand, you managed to make kind of a like poofy kind of like ragtaggy looking dress and fake what looks like an apron. So she kind of looks like an odd combination between a noble and a baker. But she's different, and it like maybe she's a baker for a royal family and they have a dress code. But she's got a messy bun with the stake through it, and so it is hiding her kind of black dyed hair. And you do her makeup in such a way that you're able to hide like some of the natural contours of her face and fake it so that she looks a little more gaunt than normal.
Okay.
So at first glance, she would not be recognizable to people who don't know her particularly well.
I'm a
You
royal
ride through it.
baker.
So fast.
can I say something to her as we're finishing this up? Irina, would you mind if Sten or I held on to that ring for you just for now? Just in case. And if you want it back at any point, we can hand it back over.
Not a problem. Here, and she hands it to Sten.
Yeah,
No.
I figured.
No offense,
None taken.
All right.
I'll take it.
So,
And I'm gonna have Doctor Who hop off my shoulder and onto hers.
oh, hello.
You'll get used to him. He looks a bit worse for wear.
Oh.
Yes.
He's the worst at wear.
I swear he doesn't. That doesn't normally happen to him.
He flaps his wings and they're like the clacking of bones on bones. She's like, oh yes, hello. Could you take him back, please? He's a little bit close to my neck.
Yes. Well, the point is to conceal your face a little bit more.
Oh, yes, of course. They look at the bird. All right, I will do my best. Let's just focus on walking, and she just takes off. And that seems as good a point as any to call it for today.
I wonder why the door opened. Dun dun dun.
That's a
it's
good
gotta
We
question.
shouldn't question. We shouldn't question things. You know?
Can we say at the end there that Alistair whispers something to Sten? Because I'm working on
Of
that
course.
right now. Awesome.
Oh, you're gonna. Ooh.
Yep.
Ooh.
Actually, secrets don't make friends.
Do you want me to be
Mean
aware of
words
this
don't make
whisper or
enemies.
no?
Yeah, I'll send it to you too.
So cool. You know, it's pretty nice to be involved in the whispers.
Oh,
Nice.
all right.
It
right.
might come up later.
So, you guys have made it from the fortune teller to the gate.
Mm-hmm.
As of now, Alistair hasn't shared any of the fortune with any of you.
It didn't
I
come
asked
up.
him that earlier.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, I was like, because I was thinking of asking you, Ryan, like, hey, are any of the people like, do they match the description of the reading at all? And I was like, wait a second, do we even know about the reading at all?
Nope. You guys
look,
are
I'm just a
Sten.
traveler.
Sten and Andar are aware that he went in to have a reading.
And we know because we were around when he said, or when the guy said, how was Madame Ava?
No,
like that?
that was after you went to bed.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
You
So
headed
we
into the
just
tent and
know
he was
he's in a reading.
outside. So all you know is that he went to have a reading, and then you saw him come out. So you could ask him how it went, and because you're aware that he at least stepped into the tent. You don't know if he actually went through with it, but you know the two of you saw him go in the tent, and then Mim overheard the whole thing, so she's aware of it all. But the only person who knows that is Alistair, because she popped back out of the tent and he's like, rogue.
Oh yeah.
All right, Rockab, you have that whisper as well.
Sick. In what?
On roll 20.
Do you want me to answer that?
I don't have that.
I will send on Discord.
So hopefully you whispered actually. Oh no, wait, no, I do have it.
It says
just
2
didn't show.
GM. Okay.
Yeah. It only showed up on one of my screens.
Is that the dog from the story? I just read that.
All right.
I like your new character.
Oh, thanks.
Cool.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, hopefully
Mhm.
become really good friends.
You already like animals, so
And for my clarification, is it a dune or a dun?
A dune.
A dune.
A Dunby.
Because I thought I had it and I asked yesterday, and then mid-session I was like, wait.
Maybe I said the wrong thing.
No, I'm sure you said the right thing, and I think I just got mixed up because everyone was. I think Sasha saying a Bundy threw me off, and I was like, wait, which
kinda
one was
like
it?
That, though. It's kind of funny.
I'm so.
A
So-
Bundy. It sounds like a. I don't know.
Reminds me of Gumby.
I was gonna say it doesn't even sound like a Bundy. Doesn't even like sound like a name for like a person. It sounds like a name for like some product.
Yep.
Some scrunchie or something. Oh my god.
And what do you guys think about that wolf encounter, huh?
I
I have some thoughts.
was gonna keep. I was like, I just wanted to play along with it. I was gonna keep the fox on me at all times, but I was like, I think it would be more fun to like, do with the party and stuff. And I was like, oh god. As soon as the wolf walked over to the fire, I'm like, it's fucking dead. There's nothing I can do about this now.
I can't. Cap and I were talking about the wolf, and I can't say anything about the wolf. It doesn't make sense if I don't know anything about the wolf.
The wolf is.
It's
He
a
asked
sleek
he
wolf,
asked
though.
me a question about the wolf. He's the only player who caught it, but his character in character doesn't know.
Oh, interesting. I mean, he keeps rolling his shoulders back.
So yeah.
Like when you were saying that the wolf was rolling their shoulders back, do you mean like they're getting on their like hind legs and then like standing up and rolling their shoulders back?
No, so
or-
you know how when cats do
Scar?
it too, like when they like the like
Hold on, a little
roll.
closer to the camera. A little more. One more try.
They do
Oh,
they
yeah,
do that
yeah,
like
yeah.
shoulder roll of like they're like calibrating or they're debating whether they're gonna
Yeah.
bounce or whatever. Like that's more what I was going for.
Gotcha.
Human shoulder rolling and animal shoulder rolling are different.
Kind of was like, oh, like this, like shoulder shrugging, like meh, like shrugging it off.
There was one point where it shrugged at you.
Shrug
That's
it off,
true.
shrug it off. I need to figure out how to do custom spells on D&D Beyond, so I can like add specific. Well, not to like homebrew spells, but like don't want to like. There's like spells that I want to like put on my character sheet as like reference, but I also like don't want to buy like 4 different books on D&D Beyond just to have access to them. Oh my god. Ugh,
All right.
man,
Man, what?
that was spooky and off-putting. The wolf encounter.
I'm loving
Dude,
the
I was really
spooky.
like,
It was concerning.
yeah.
I was like, oh, it's just wolves, and then you're like, nah, and I'm like,
Nah.
oh.
We also never
Okay.
talked about how that definitely wasn't a normal wolf.
That's correct. No one's addressed it.
We haven't talked about a lot of things. We also barely know each other, and we're still traveling with each
Yeah,
other.
well, we all think we're friends.
Hey man, you gotta make friends somewhere, you know.
We're literally on day 2.
That's valid as well.
Yeah.
I do appreciate the fact though that it started out and you're like, a couple wolves, and then you're like, oh, more wolves, and you're like, oh, a lot of wolves, and then
Oh.
there's like this one super wolf, and you're like, wait.
You're like, what?
It was literally like, hey, should we run away from this? Is what I was thinking, and then it kept piling on. I'm like, I feel like the opportunity is totally gone.
Well, that was the
I
funny
mean-
thing was like I was like I'm gonna set it up in such a way that's like, do they help or do they like not? And then it became, oh, we're gonna kind of half make people aware of what we're doing, and it's but enough that the wolves would be aware. It's like, okay.
I just wanna talk to plants with Mim, you know.
Mm.
Can I have like an acorn tea party?
Oh my gosh. That sounds amazing.
What would you like to drink today, Mr. Acorn?
This fancy is Mrs. Nesbit.
Sergeant Walnut would like to have a word.
Sergeant Walnut.
These guys are nuts.
These guys are nuts.
All right, gents. Well,
Oh my god. Thank you for the game, Ryan. That was fun.
Yes, thank you.
Of
No,
course.
Jen.
Gents and lady.
Thank you.
I was gonna say I'll see you next week, so that didn't quite include you. But
You mean, are you not gonna see me next
I
week?
mean, I will, but I also
Yeah.
see you like tonight. So,
Oh.
thanks for
guys,
playing, everybody. Enjoy Super Bowl stuff if any of you are doing that,
Yeah.
and we'll pick back up next week for another full session.
All right.
Awesome.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't know what just happened, but I'm here for it.
Or now we're gonna get like mass polymorph or like mass disguise self. We're just always gonna.
Everyone's
Is
gonna
that
be
gonna be our-
wolves.
Is that gonna be our
Heck.
group name? The Awoos.
Oh.
You've heard of Uwu.
You've heard of the Uwu. You've heard of the Owo, but have you heard of the Owu?
Oh my. All right, see you guys.
Five.
Take it easy, y'all.
See ya.
Bye.